Hello there, everybody. This is General Snivy, and welcome back to more of the Persona 5 Royal playthrough. Again, apologies for the lack of streams of this game for this past week. I've just been very busy taking care of a lot of personal things around the house. What can I say? Being an adult sucks. Whatever. Anywho, last time, we've seen the change of heart in action, and Kamoshida actually had a change of heart. He grew a conscience, and he threatened to throw himself into the Shadow Realm, but thankfully, An was there to say, no, don't run from your mistakes, you bastard. And instead, she's like, hey, dude, own up to your mistakes, atone for your crimes, and bibbidi-boppidi-boo. Okay, she didn't say it like that, but you get the idea. Anywho, during this time, we've also flashed back to the present and learned about our supposed next target, which is Madarame. However, we haven't quite met him within this timeline yet. And hopefully we'll be able to meet him in said timeline in today's session, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. For now, we need to hit the hay. From tomorrow on, we're officially the Phantom Thieves. I hope we find a big shot who we can target soon. Well, it may come sooner than you think. Excuse me. What's up, Igor? Why have you summoned me again?
First off, I'd like to begin by congratulating you.
To think our master would give words of praise.
You better treasure this moment, inmate!
You have encountered allies who share your ideals, and you have found your place in reality. The time has come. Your rehabilitation will soon begin.
What rehabilitation? I thought it had already begun.
I shall explain it to you now. You have a special potential. However, that must be refined into a useful power. It is weak now, but refining it shall grant you the strength to stand against the coming ruin. That is the rehabilitation cast upon you.
Coming ruin? What do you mean?
There are various means by which you may gain the power to resist the ruin. Fighting shadows and gaining experience is one way. The fusion process I taught you prior is another.
This is all possible because of our master's guidance, inmate.
Though it may be presumptuous of us, we have words of wisdom as well.
When you're out in reality, you better hone your relationships with those you have contracts with.
Spending time with those people will lead to the cultivation of your relationships with them.
If you've got time to waste, you'd better visit your contractors, inmate.
That is another source of power to evade the ruin that our master has mentioned.
Very true.
Thanks to the contracts you formed, your heart is steadily gaining the power of opposition. It seems the rehabilitation is going well. This is a truly joyous occasion. I shall grant you an ability befitting of your newfound growth. Consider it a gift. May the devotion to your rehabilitation grow even deeper. I have high hopes for you.
Whatever you say, pervy sage. Fun fact, the warden Igor here, he's actually voiced, at least for the English dub, by the same voice actor who voices Jiraiya from Naruto Shippuden, and also Naruto in general. So, at this point in time, our Persona stock has been increased to 8 slots, thanks to the newly acquired level of the Arcana rank 3. That was probably poorly explained, but you get the idea. So, power stack. The Confidant ability power stock, my mistake, why I say stack, what else, increases the number of personas you can hold up to 8. And there's more!
Come, return to your brief moments of rest.
And don't forget to go talk to your contractors, inmate.
So, when they say contracts. They mean like form a relationship with your confidants. Sometimes a person you meet in town can become your confidant. If your goals align, you may be able to form a contract with them. As your relationship deepens, your rank with the confidant will increase. This will allow you to create even stronger personas. Very true and very important. Do your best to find confidants and strengthen these relationships. Just keep in mind that you only have a limited time to do these things, and they're incredibly stubborn on leveling up. Trust me. I wish I had money. I'd kill for a real breakfast.
Have you heard?
What about Big Bang Burger? The one on Central Street is holding a contest right now. The Big Bang Challenge or whatever. If you go at night, you can eat for only 500 yen. You gotta eat one of their giant burgers though, right? How can anyone actually finish that? Still, 500 yen is a steal. A huge burger, huh? Interesting. I bet giving that a go will increase your guts. Which, funny enough, is a pretty effective means of raising your guts. And if your guts level is high enough, you'll clear the challenge. Just saying. I think during my first playthrough, I did the challenge at least a few times until eventually I'd beaten it.
Like you heard last week, gym class is canceled today. Instead, I'm supposed to give you some guidance. The gist is, don't go around talking about the incident. That's all. The police are still investigating Mr. Kamoshida, so I can't say anything myself. As a teacher, though, I'm ashamed for not having noticed that a student was suffering like that. I'm not defending him, but as a colleague, he just seemed like, well, a normal person. Honestly, it still doesn't feel real. I guess people can have multiple sides to them.
The teachers have it rough, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I just remembered something I learned about psychology. They say that humans have several different personalities hidden in their subconscious.
Different personalities?
Oh, to be clear, I'm not talking about multiple personality disorder. These different personalities can be a different gender or a different age from you. I mean, if you think about how gods and monsters and myths were first based on the human image, if you actually saw one of those personalities with your own eyes, it might look like a monster. You all seem more alike.
Excuse me.
Did I finally talk about something that interests you? Well, I'm just saying what I've heard. It feels like I just now understood what I learned long ago.
Well, this is interesting and free knowledge. I'll take it. Again, not really necessary now, but, you know, you can always use more free knowledge and you're going to need a lot of it.
It ain't much, but we've been getting more postings on the Phantom Aficionado website. I want to make my friend apologize for not returning the stuff I lent him. Deal with that yourself.
Hey, those girls.
You know that Phantom Thieves rumor about stealing Kamoshida's heart? I wonder if it's true.
It's gotta be made up. Do you seriously believe they exist?
But look what happened to Kamoshida.
He probably just couldn't keep hiding it after that girl tried to kill herself.
Yeah, you might be right. I guess there's no way they really exist.
Most importantly, it seriously sucks that our school is gonna be known for stuff like this.
I wonder if it'll affect our college entrance.
Eesh, what assholes.
Probably a normal reaction for now, but they'll see soon enough. If we can take care of 2 or 3 famous guys, people will have to believe we exist.
So about those big shots, we don't have any leads yet, right? Plus, there's that rumor about you two threatening Kamoshida, too.
Looks like you'll just have to live a normal, honest school life for the time being. Still, make sure you stay prepared just in case anything comes up, alright?
I'll keep an eye out for info on any big shots that might be coming around.
And I'll try to dig up some dirt online.
We went and formed the Phantom Thieves group, but we can't even find a target.
There.
Nice.
Yes, sometimes things just don't go the way we want them to.
Funny enough, that is very true.
Did you wish to see me, Principal Kobayakawa?
You saw the state Kamoshida-kun was in, didn't you? It's as if his personality has completely changed. Something is definitely wrong here.
I'm not sure I follow.
From what I've heard, it appears as though some students were meddling in his business. If they did something to him, who could they be?
Are you saying that these students may have caused Mr. Kamoshida to change?
That is what I wish to know, even if it takes some probing into student matters. I would like you to look into this for me.
It is true that there are many rumors regarding Mr. Kamoshida, but do you mean all of this talk about those phantom thieves?
It is undeniable that Mr. Kamoshida has changed in some way. I'd like to have a grasp of the cause. This shall also ensure that I handle the mass media and police in the correct fashion.
No.
I will continue speaking to Mr. Kamoshida myself. Unless you find whomever did this, these irresponsible rumors will likely never die down. Don't you agree? You have been at the top of your class since day one. Your conduct is good, and teachers favor you. I could write you a recommendation for any college of your choosing, Makoto Nijima.
Thank you.
Your lineage must certainly play a part in this excellence. Your sister is still young, yet she holds an admirable position at the public prosecutor's office, no?
How is...
If something disappointing were to happen here, that wouldn't reflect very well on your sister. Do you understand?
So, it's an ultimatum.
How wise. It's no wonder you're our student council president. I'd appreciate if you'd look into this as soon as possible. I ask that you begin at once.
Who do you think this girl is?
If you'll excuse me then.
You think this woman here is your private eye or something, or some detective?
Please, sir, my apologies for troubling you at such a busy time. Yes, it's about the matter we discussed earlier. I have all bases covered. The investigation will begin immediately. Of course. Yes, I will get results. I should be able to update you soon. Well then, I must be going. Thank you very much for your time.
Well, despite what I just said, there might be more to this mystery than meets the eye. More on this later. The police are really here. I saw them at the entrance. I saw them too. They were talking to the teachers. That change of heart thing's seriously amazing, huh? I hope they don't find out we're responsible. I'm pretty sure we'll be fine. There's no proof it was us. Well, I'm concerned. Come on, don't worry so much. But I mean, haven't rumors been going around about you guys threatening Kamoshida? This world's Kamoshida shouldn't know anything about what actually happened to him, though. Still, we did what was right. Don't go freaking out over some label. I guess that's true. Man, I really can't wait to keep living this double life. Alright, Banjo, we're gonna be counting on you. Hey, Kazooie! You, pay attention! Is that how you listen when someone's talking to you? Ha! Take that. What an epic dodge! I can't believe he dodged Ushimaru's throw. Is he a ninja? Yeah, and I secretly wear an orange jumpsuit to prove that I am indeed a ninja. Well, whatever. Moving on.
Hey!
Sweet. More free charm. How lucky. It's delicious. I'll see myself out.
Hey, have you seen that Phantom Aficionado website?
I have. I've heard of it.
I'm the one who started it.
Wow, that's interesting.
You guys are the Phantom Thieves, aren't you?
Can you give me some space?
Sorry, sorry. Although, if things really are as I think, I should keep it a secret. Kamoshida used me, and I did some horrible things to you guys. This isn't much of a way for me to apologize for it. But if there's anything I can do to help, just let me know.
That's great, but...
I'm glad to hear that. It's not just Kamoshida. There are tons of evil adults out there. But I'm sure the Phantom Thieves will do something. They can't let this end after just one target. That's why I wanted to make a forum where people could post their problems. There are probably a lot of people who have high hopes for the Phantom Thieves' next move. So, I've also implemented an anonymous poll on the site. Do you believe in the Phantom Thieves or not? I want to work on this forum so eventually it'll be packed with tons of supportive posts. I'd really like to help out in the Phantom Thieves' acts of justice. Can I, please?
Sounds like fun.
I'll live up to your expectations. I promise.
I sense abundantly high expectations from Mishima. And just like that, another confidant is established automatically at the... It starts automatically. But you have to progress it yourself. Also, Mishima's confidant is quite different from the rest. And I'll explain later.
Reaction to your group, there were others who supported you. Someone who enthusiastically cheered the Phantom Thieves on. Perhaps they were quite close. What do you have to say to that?
Absolutely nothing.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the moon persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
So, Mishima's confidant is the Moon Arcana. And Mishima's support abilities all based around XP. And his farewell gift grants you all of his abilities as soon as you reestablish his confidant, which is excellent. So, his abilities, like I said, all based around XP. His first ability allows backup party members to earn XP. In other words, they'll earn XP, but at a bit of a slower rate than those in the active party. More on this once we recruit another party member.
Alright.
For now, let's just continue.
See you. We heard all that. Jeez. It was a little awkward trying to figure out when to walk over here.
So that forum is Mishima-kun's.
Has he figured out our identities?
Even so, I think it'll be fine. You seem to be playing it cool.
I guess we should have a little chat about this later.
I will say, though, a forum where people can post problems may prove unexpectedly useful.
Anyways, we gotta get looking for a new target.
And we need to stay sharp until we manage to find one. Once we do, we'll have to head into another palace. So we should prep our equipment and...
Wait! Oh, crap!
What is it, Ryuji?
What's with you?
Don't we have an exam coming up?
Judging by that reaction, I'd assume you're going to struggle this time, too.
It's not like you're any better. All you're good at is English.
I'd rather that than be bad at every subject.
Even your Japanese is questionable at best, Ryuji.
What's questionable is whether you're really even a human. Good comeback, huh?
Let's discuss this with our fists.
Bring it.
Will you two stop it?
Okay.
Let's not draw any attention to ourselves until we find our next target. Don't forget to study, though. I'm not getting blamed if your grades start dropping. So, in between targets, what to do? There are various things to do around the city before your next target. Try listening to rumors and visiting different locations. Perhaps you'll meet someone who has new information. Deepening relationships with your confidants can bring various benefits to the Phantom Thieves. Use your time wisely to get the best results. Which is absolutely true. Hey, your phone was buzzing. Be sure to check it, okay? Okay. Let's see. What's up, Ryuji? So you know how I was looking for somewhere to go train? Well, I found a great place. Someone called me, or was that a cow? I think that was a cow. Yeah, I know, that's weird, right? Well, technically speaking, I live next to a farm, so that makes sense. Well, whatever. Back to the game at hand. I found a great place. I can practice as much as I want now. This is kind of sudden, but want to go check it out today? Hang on. Before we do, let's see what else we got. How are your studies going? Everything is good here. I enhanced the medicine again. I think it'll help you make real progress in your studies and whatnot. Well, what do you say? Do you want to test it out? Hang on, did I finish a book recently? One way to check if you finished a book or anything whatsoever is to go to your item screen and scroll over towards key items and essentials, and I think... Okay, you know what? Never mind. That's not a good idea. Let's go to the library. Oh, it's you! I'm so sorry for what I said. I judged a book by its cover. I failed as a librarian assistant. There may be times when other students give you a hard time, but please don't mind them. Feel free to use the library whenever you want. That's nice. Well, I certainly don't sense that hostility I was feeling from everyone here. You can hone your knowledge here quite nicely now, but you won't be able to raise your guts anymore. That's unfortunate, but hey, it's not like you were able to do much in the first place.
Thank you. What would you like?
Okay. I knew I finished a book recently, so let's pull this one out. The Alluring Dancer. Okay. There is something I kind of want to check before I begin. Actually, now that I think about it, there was something else I wanted to do before even engaging in today's activities. And that is to return to the Velvet Room. The reason why I'm doing this is because...
Hey, inmates.
Well, this was something I kind of forgotten to go over, and it's kind of important. And that's probably the reason why I've been having some trouble leveling up certain confidants, aka Sojiro. So, what I'm going to do here is first register some personas, which you're not going to be one of them because... Actually, maybe I will register you. By the way, if you want to see which personas you can register, just look over the list, and one really nice feature, I don't know if I went over this or not, but regardless, let's just screw it. Let's just go. This looks good from what I can tell. Current stats. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to register every single one except the Succubus.
Are you sure?
Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to summon some personas, and I'm also going to rearrange some of the personas I already have. So what I mean by this is, if you go into your persona menus, you can choose to delete certain personas in your possession. Doing so will mean that the persona will be released. So long as you've registered that persona previously, you can pull them back out of the compendium. So, yeah, decided to release Lucifer just because I needed to make room for some other personas. Okay, yeah, that was a cow. I thought so. Not sure if it was picked up on the mic or not. Probably not. I don't know. Regardless, though, what I'm going to do here is, since I have some personas within a certain arcana, if you happen to talk to someone with a persona of the same arcana as that confidant, then you'll have a higher chance of earning additional confidant points with that particular confidant. So, a couple of confidants to keep in mind is, since the Fool Arcana and the Magician Arcana level up automatically throughout the story, you don't need to worry too much about having personas of those Arcanas. So, let's see. I do know I need a hero persona. Thankfully, the default sorting option is the hero by Arcana. Alright, let's go with you for the hero. And as far as the Lover's Arcana, I think I'll go with Ishtar. Okay, and Chariot. I could summon a DLC persona if I wanted, but I'm gonna go with this one. Justice, you don't need to worry too much about this particular confidant, not in early game. Same with Hermit. Fortune is another arcana, Strength is another, which we'll get into later, but regardless, you don't need to worry about pulling a persona from the Strength Arcana too much, because this is a very, very unique arcana, which I'll go over once the time comes, which hopefully will be soon. Now for the Death Arcana, I think I will pull Alice. That'll work. Actually, that was kind of a bad idea. Why? Because I have my all-star team pulled out. I wanted to keep things interesting without going overboard. And, well, you know, I went overboard. Oops. Let's just go ahead and delete these then. I got millions of yen, so it's really not the biggest loss out there. Unfortunately, it is a bit of a waste of time that I did that, but oh well. It's totally fine. If anything, I could reacquire my yen fairly quickly. And it's not like I'm going to be spending hundreds of thousands of yen instantaneously all the time. So let's see. Again. Don't need to worry about Empress or Emperor personas. You know what? Let's pull... This works. Now for lovers... I'm gonna pull this one out. Now for Chariot.
Is this what you want?
I'm surprised this is a part of the Chariot persona. I think I had this guy before too, so let's go with Slime. Go with someone a little different. And I think that'll do it when it comes to getting additional personas. Actually, no. We're gonna get one more.
Is this what you want?
No.
Is this what you want?
You know what? I'm gonna go with you.
This is your power. Are you finished? What?
Alright, let me make sure I have all my slots occupied. And thankfully I do. That's cool. So, if you're finished with the Velvet Room, you do have to talk to Igor again after you select I Still Have Business here and just exit out of the menu. I don't know why you can't just exit the Velvet Room whenever you feel like it, but alas, it is what it is. Alright. I feel like someone was watching me this morning. What should I do? Maybe I wouldn't hurt maybe it wouldn't hurt to at least ask. No, but then... Leon seems depressed. Never mind, it's nothing. So, for this next rank of the Confidant quest line to even progress, you have to have a higher level of kindness. I'm not sure which level it is, but I think it's at least level 2. If not, then it's level 3, in which case that's pretty bad. But regardless though, you do need a fairly decent level of kindness for your social stats in order to continue this. Otherwise, you'll have to go with someone else. I'm fine, seriously. Besides, I wouldn't want to trouble you. Tell me about your problems. Are you sure? You're so reliable. I guess it wouldn't be so bad talking to you about this stuff. I feel I can come closer to On thanks to the lover persona, Amino Yuzume. Oh man, I'm going to hell by that poor pronunciation. But yeah, having a persona of that particular arcana of the person who you want to work on has a higher chance of earning additional Confidant points. And also, on New Game Plus especially, it really helps with accelerating the growth of those Confidants. So if you need to go and go fast when leveling up Confidants, then this is the way to go. Especially on New Game Plus. Alright, let's spend some time with On. Alright, let's go to the diner. Well, I'm gonna walk around. Let me know when you're ready to leave. Sure thing. Hey, there's something I want to talk to you about, Banjo. It's Shio. What about her? Well, I went to visit her in the hospital. She said she was sorry. Sorry for not telling me about Kamoshida, about all the things he was doing to her. But it was my fault too. I didn't realize how much trouble she was in. I wasn't there for her. So I apologized as well. She's so strong. Isn't she? Shiho really is a great girl. I'm glad I finally got to tell her everything I couldn't bring myself to say before.
Hey.
And, remember how Kamoshida threatened to take Shiho off the team if I didn't sleep with him? I had only agreed to it so that I wouldn't ruin Shiho's dreams. But now that I think about it, he never would have put her on the bench and cost his team games. I seriously should have dared him to try and take her starting spot. But in the end, maybe I just didn't believe in her ability. You can't blame yourself.
Oh.
You think so? All this happened because of how weak I am. That's why I believe Kamoshida's authority overweighed Shiho's own ability to earn her starting spot. Banjo, do you remember the last time I talked to you like this? When I got that phone call from Kamoshida and cried? I do. Felt like yesterday. I felt so alone, scared even. But because you were there for me, I decided not to go. I was a little surprised at how pushy you were about it, but I see now you just wanted to help.
Thanks.
I couldn't just ignore you. You're so kind, Banjo. Also, apologies if you hear any cows in the background. I have no idea what's going on in the farm next to me. Perhaps the cows are just mooing because they feel like it, or the farmer's doing something. Who knows? And really, it's none of my business anyway. Cows are cows. Enough said. Back then, people used to call me all sorts of names. Prissy bitch, Kamoshida's girl. I got tired of it pretty quickly. Also, don't forget Kamoshida's bitch. Oh boy. But to tell you the truth, someday I want to be able to take labels like that in stride. The personas are the powers of the power of the heart, right? That means if my heart gets stronger, my persona will too. Yeah, very true. So I want to strengthen my heart, and I want to use that strength to help the people around me. I hope we can save people from trouble just like we did when we changed Kamoshida's heart. Though, honestly, I don't even know what strong is. But I'm going to find the answer, I promise. Let's find it together. Huh? Really?
Thanks!
I felt like I'm a little stronger already. Looks like some kids are playing out back. That's interesting. Also, apologies if you hear them in the background. I guess that doesn't really count though, huh? Well, I'll be relying on you. Let's train together and make our hearts super strong. Nice. One more thing worth mentioning is if you established a relationship with a particular confidant, which I'll get into much later in the game, then it'll be much easier to level up that particular confidant later down the line. However, this only applies to female confidants. So that's something worth mentioning. So, her next ability... No. Lady On's new ability, upon leveling that up to level 2, we get Girl Talk. If negotiation with a female shadow fails, you can try again. Again, this is one of those rare cases that sometimes works, but most of the time it doesn't. Don't count on it. A strong heart,
Oh yeah!
How about this? I won't get any refills on fountain drinks. I mean, they're free, so not getting any would mean you have a strong heart. I don't think that's how it works, On. Is that not right? No, it's not.
Bye!
Well, see you later. Later on. Well, that was a fun day. Oh hey, it's me. Thanks for listening to what I had to say earlier. Now I feel like I have a better idea of what I want to be. Also, I'm going to think of how I can strengthen my heart. If I think of anything, I'll let you know. I hope you'll join me again next time. Of course, you're my teammate. Thanks. You're such a nice guy. Oh, how about you help me come up with ways to train my heart? Just let me know just let me know when a really good idea hits you, okay? Bye! Excuse me.
That's the key to this place.
Hmm.
You get to lock up from now on. I can't keep waiting for you to come home. Don't start any fires, okay?
Okay. Thanks, Sojiro. So, now, at this point in the game, we can now officially leave young Genjaya at night.
Hey!
Did you want to go out now that we're allowed? Oh, come to think of it, shouldn't we stop by the airsoft shop and ask about that paper bag? Yeah, we should, actually. So, now we're granted the freedom to go places. Outside, at night, there are a few things we can do. One thing's for sure, we can now finally apply for that nighttime job that we've been missing out on all this time, which is pretty sweet. Okay. Alright, time to apply. Thankfully, this place doesn't have any requirements when it comes to getting the job, and you'll get it instantly, just like with 777. But again, you have to progress the story far enough to even apply for this job in the first place. Also, this is the last quote-unquote job that you can apply for with these brochures. There are, I believe, 1 or 2 other jobs you can pick up later down the line, but right now... Actually, no, there's actually 1 more. Also, apologies for the background noises if you hear any. Gotta love them cows and the kids. Alright. Let's go ahead and call this place and get ourselves another job added to the bucket list. Although that was the wrong use of the bucket list, but you get the idea. Also, apologies if I scrolled through that text way too fast. If you're watching this on YouTube in the future, then you can pause the video and read the text yourself. So, at this point, now we can start working on establishing confidants at night. There has been far too many incidents recently to ignore. Can anyone deny this? The runaway train incident, mysterious psychotic breakdowns, a school with corrupt teacher. We have yet to discover the truth of it all. The apathy that permeates society is a direct result of negligence by our government and the media. You're listening quite attentively. Are you interested in politics? In real life, no, but in order to get this started at all, you do have to say I am interested. Are you a student? I'm delighted to captivate the interest of someone your age. I could use the help for a young person, but I can't hire someone without any experience. I'm sorry about that. However, I'd be happy if you stopped by to hear one of my speeches again. Well then, that's all for today. I'm heading to the beef bowl shop. That old man's speech was impressive. That kind of talk might be useful for negotiations in the metaverse. But I guess he's looking for someone with more experience. If you could just show him your dedication. Wait! He said he was going to the beef bowl shop, right? I bet he's talking about the one on Central Street. What if you worked part-time at the beef bowl shop? Show him what today's youth can do. Look, I know it's a stretch, but a true phantom thief can't let an opportunity like this slip by. So, remember that job that we just applied for? Well, we kinda need it in order to even establish another confidant. And funny enough, that particular confidant whom we just spoke to is one of the best in the game. In both the original Persona 5 and even in Royal, it's still really good. So, at this point, what the network is suggesting, we establish a confidant with Iwali, or EY, whatever his name is, the weapon shop dude. Hey, you came at just the right time. Slight change of plans. That paper bag from the other day, all yours. Really? You picked it up somewhere. Nothing to do with me, understand? I didn't see it, I didn't touch it, I don't know about it. We clear? Sweet. Free gun. Riot Police EX1. Or E, whatever. If that's it, then go home. You can go window shopping elsewhere.
Hey.
That modified model gun should be a powerful weapon to use during palace battles. Let's ask him about what's inside the bag. Don't freak out, Banjo. Just ask him. So, this is one of those confidants that you're more than likely not going to even be able to start on your first playthrough. If you do start it, then it's probably going to be much later in the game. EY's requirements to even start his confidant is you have to have your guts level up to level 4. Which, that takes a lot of guts and lots of guts training. Sweet Jesus. So, don't stress yourself out if you can't start this at all during your first playthrough. If you're doing a New Game Plus run, whether you're getting the true ending or the absolute true ending, then your social stats will carry over to your next playthrough, and you should be able to start and even finish confidants that you weren't able to finish during your previous run. So, there's that. Funny enough, I believe Guts was the final social stat I needed to max out. And by the time I finished, I maxed out all my social stats except for one, which I believe was Guts. So, there's that. So, what are you here for? I want to talk about the bag. And like I said, you do need to have Guts level 4 in order to even start this Confidant. And this is the earliest you'll be able to start this Confidant in the first place, so Figure I throw that out there. Is that right? Nope. That was a custom gun that I modified to make it look as real as possible. I had a customer who was interested in it. You helped me out by smuggling it out of here so that I didn't get caught by those detectives. You're an accomplice. You're an accomplice now, so don't go snitching. I got everything on my security camera. I want to see more.
Hey.
Want to talk in the back? Sounds good to me.
Who the hell are you?
I'm a gun enthusiast.
At your age? Well, I guess you got the heart of an enthusiast. You're a strange one, kid. Wait a sec. Yeah, this could work.
What do you mean?
I can grant that wish of yours, but you better have the money. These things are worth hundreds of thousands of yen per unit. Sometimes they even reach the millions, depending on how I feel.
I'm not sure I follow.
Look, I ain't a bad dude. I've been known to compromise from time to time. For example, you help me out with my business. Smuggling goods, destroying evidence, and as a reward, I'll introduce you to the special menu. With good prices for a punk like you. What do you say? Not bad, huh?
Not a bad idea at all. What are your goals here?
That's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. Gotta fight evil with evil. I need a pawn of my own. Don't talk to no one about this. Got it? Just follow my orders.
We won't be able to get much stronger if I don't accept his offer.
Now what's it gonna be? You gonna take my deal or not?
I'll do what I can.
That's fine. Okay, I'll work on that special menu for you. You should be grateful.
There we go. Our deal has been set. I should be able to ask him to customize guns for me now, in exchange for helping him out. And I'll get into gun customization in just a short bit.
It seems you had model guns in your possession as well. Their detail goes beyond a simple hobby. I'm sure some people believed those guns were real. You'll tell me how you procured them, won't you? Spill it.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the Hanged Man persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
Ooh, that sounds pretty cool. So, for establishing this new confidant, we got ourselves the starter customization. Allows you to customize your guns and install upgrades. And again, his farewell gift, if you manage to max out his confidant, which is very difficult to do on your first playthrough, if you can even do it at all. But your second playthrough onward, you should be able to max this out. But his farewell gifts are something really special, which I'll go over in just a moment. For now, let's continue.
Oh yeah, when I don't got any business going on, I'll have you do some miscellaneous chores. Clean, run errands. There's plenty for you to do around here. Must be pretty exciting for an enthusiast like you, huh?
Yes, indeed.
Hey.
That's my contact info. When I text you from that ID, it'll be because I need help around the shop. Just so you know, if you get caught or anything, I never met you. Nothing to do with me. We clear? If you want something, you're gonna have to work for it. Leave it to me. Well, we'll see if you're actually up to it. Point is, we got a deal now. You better put in some work.
Later.
Okay, that's it for today. Head on home, part-timer. Will do, my dude. Will do. By the way, since we are now, we've now established the whole, Phantom Thief and Initiato thing, the whole percentage bar thing, don't worry about it. That thing will fluctuate throughout the course of the story, and it is purely automatic. So, yeah, there's that. Move a little more to the right. I can't see the screen. Now for today's train news. Today's headlines are... Volleyball beating investigation. The school claims to have left teaching methods up to its staff. It has denied once again that it had any knowledge of the beatings. Pollen warning as of next week. Greater volume in arriving later than in previous years. Hotspots in Tokyo. Experience art in Shibuya. The Madarame exhibit opens next week. People are really talking about this talking about the Kamoshida incident. No one in this car knows that we're the ones who did it. And it should stay that way. It's best that it stays that way. Just an FYI.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we got exams starting on Wednesday. Don't tell me you forgot.
Open your textbooks.
Anyway, today we'll be talking about the tale of Bamboo Cutter. Most theorize it's the oldest story in Japan. For some, it's the oldest science fiction story in the world. But if you ask me, it's the oldest story in Japan about a terrible woman. I mean, Princess Kaguya gives her suitors absurd tasks, demand fancy gifts, then runs off to the moon. Some men lose their fortunes, some are humiliated, and some even get serious wounds or go blind. Women like Princess Kaguya actually showed up in a lot of stories from around the world. Now then, Kazooie-kun, what is it?
Do you know the answer?
You probably heard that a woman who uses her wiles to lead people to their doom is a female fatale. Fatale, whatever. So what is the literal translation of the phrase female fatale? That would be fatal woman.
This is it.
Exactly.
That is correct. The answer is fatal woman, in French, of course. Some famous examples are Witch Morgan Le Fay from Arthurian legend and Queen Salome from the Bible. Not to mention the wild, seductive dancer of opera Carmen. Ooh, interesting. Very interesting.
Nice going.
So when it comes to this game and exams, I'll be going over those when the time comes, which will be soon. Let me just warn you that exams aren't so easy that you can pass them with a single night of cramming. Take your time, make sure you understand the material, okay? You heard her. Must be rough being a student. Well, you have nothing to lose from studying. Give it all you got. Which, funny enough, you don't really need to do that on New Game Plus run if you happen to max out your knowledge stat.
None of these posts are any good. Everyone's just bitching about their parents or their boyfriends. There ain't even a hint of a hint about a new palace.
We can't get everything online. Finding a post with a name and location is asking a lot.
Guess we just gotta find one ourselves then.
Are you seriously suggesting we look for a target that even the police have overlooked?
Yeah, you're right. We should probably just hold off till exams are done with, huh? We can wait and see for a little longer, then worry about coming up empty-handed if it happens.
Hello.
Oh,
This place is off limits, you know.
We'll get out of here once we're done chatting. Anyways, what's Miss Council President want with us?
The troublemaker, the center of gossip, and the infamous transfer student. Interesting combination.
And what of it?
Great way to start a conversation.
By the way, it seems as though you got to know Mr. Kamoshida pretty well.
Somewhat.
Anyone who attends this school would have interacted with him, whether they liked it or not.
I heard Mr. Kamoshida used a volleyball team member to spread details of your past record. Don't you hate him? Mr. Kamoshida, I mean.
What's all this about? My friend here's an upstanding guy.
I don't mean to offend. Many students have been shaken up by what happened with Mr. Kamoshida. The rumors about that odd calling card-esque posting aren't going away either.
I didn't expect someone like you would care about that tactless stuff, Nijima-senpai.
I don't know that it was tactless. Anyways, we done here? We can't leave if you keep talking to us.
At least try to understand my position. Being forced to deal with this horseplay.
Horseplay?
Ah yes, by the way. It's been decided that this place will be closed off due to the incident. I heard some people are coming up here without permission, after all. I'm sorry to have interrupted you.
Well, fair enough.
She's onto us. That girl seems rather sharp. We should be cautious of her.
She really pisses me off.
Well, better be careful.
Talk about a pain in the ass.
That reminds me. Study hard. Especially you, Ryuji. There are bound to be traps that will need to be solved with brains. Keep in mind that everything you do in your daily lives has an impact on your abilities.
True. Studying won't be so bad if we just think of it as helping us prepare to be phantom thieves.
I guess you got a point. But man, it's just so lame. I was all fired up about helping people, not about studying.
Well, I do have somewhere interesting to show you beforehand. You guys did originally promise to help me out with my mission after all.
Huh? Mission?
Follow me.
What's this about, Morgana?
What are you bringing us here for?
Just do as I told you.
Alright, I've got the Phantom Aficionado website up. Now what?
Look for a post with a full name in it.
I already said there's no info on any big shots, don't you remember? But man, people actually go put someone's real name on here. That's some scary shit.
You won't listen to what I say. No, wait. There's no name on this one.
Someone's bad-mouthing me in online chat rooms. This one's got a name.
Ignore those. Aren't there any posts about more serious trouble?
I don't know what to do about my ex who's stalking me. His name is Natsuhiko Nakanohara. It says he's a teller at City Hall.
Wow.
Government workers stalking someone?
That should be a suitable target. Alright. Now get the metanav ready.
We're just gonna jump right into a palace? Fine by me.
Hey! What happened to all that talk of unanimous decision? What do you think we should do?
Well, let's go. I got nothing better to do.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay then, let's go.
We need a name and a place, right? So the name is...
Actually, we don't need a location this time. Just enter exactly what I say. The key word is... Mementos.
Huh? What are you trying to pull?
Just listen to me. It should work. I think.
Ah, jeez. That again? Mementos, was it?
Candidate found.
We got a hit?
Just as I thought.
Well then, back to the metaverse we go. This is going to be fun.
Everyone disappeared. It kind of feels like I'm walking on air.
Is this that Nakanohara guy's palace?
That's half right, but half wrong. This is a type of palace, but it's different from the normal ones. Come on, let's head down. The shadows here lurk underground. I don't quite understand why. It may be because they're drawn to something.
Underground? How are we going to get there?
how you use it every day on your way to school. Follow me.
Wait up, Cat!
What is this all about?
The hell is this place? Wait, our clothes changed?
The shadows know we're here?
Since the moment we stepped in,
You should have told us!
we're still safe right here. I've come to investigate a number of times. Shadows never come up to this floor, but it's a different story once you go down. This place is simply teeming with them.
Makes sense.
More importantly, what is this Mementos? It's about time you start explaining.
Mementos is everyone's palace.
Huh? What do you mean, everyone's?
A palace as grand as the previous castle only forms when a person's wishes are extremely distorted. So instead of many individual palaces, the general public has one gigantic shared palace. That's where we are now. Mementos.
Now that you mention it, this place feels a bit different from Kamoshida's palace.
When you say shared, you mean they're all put together? Even though they're just strangers?
Think of it as the collective unconscious. No, never mind. You wouldn't understand that.
So what you're saying is, using this place, we can even change the hearts of people who don't have a palace?
Correct. The steps to do so are slightly different, though.
But this place looks pretty huge. Are we gonna be able to get around just by walking?
It seems the time has finally come.
And that would be...
Morgana! Transform!
Wait, a Power Ranger? Okay.
Come now, Panther. Ladies first.
A car?
More like a van.
No way!
This comes from the way cognition materializes in the metaverse. Plus a bit of extra training. It's not dissimilar to how you guys transform.
You turning into a car is totally different than our clothes changing!
For some reason, cats turning into buses is an extremely widespread cognition among the general public.
Really?
Why a bus, though?
No idea.
Wait, why didn't you do this at the castle?
I would have if I could, but that castle was cramped. There were tons of stairs, and no way this fits on top of a chandelier.
Hey, Skull! Ladies first!
Hey, stop pulling me! Oh, that's dangerous!
Panther, please be gentle!
All aboard! Let's go!
Why is nothing happening?
Sitting back there. I'm a car, remember? I'm not going anywhere unless someone drives me.
You can't drive yourself?
Do you know how to drive?
In real life, yes. I've driven for several years. I've been a driver since 2013. In other words, that's when I got my license. And when I say license, I mean my probational license back in Maryland. Well, actually, no, that was more like back in 2012. Like, around late 2012, early 2013. Around that time was when I got my provisional license. And when I came up here to Maine and converted my license over to Maine's regulations, it was then converted into a real full-fledged license. I don't even know how that works, but whatever, I'm not questioning it. So, in Joker's case, let's just say it's time to bust my moves.
Safety first, okay?
Sheesh.
You'd better not smash up my beautiful face. You hear me?
Sure, I'm not a certain puff princess.
Now start the engine. You can't drive if it's not running.
Jeez, what a pain. Where's the key to this thing?
Why would you need a key? There's a switch just down next to the steering wheel.
Oh, so this is one of those newer cars.
Lower, lower.
Are we?
There. That feels so good.
Yeah, totally not suggestive at all.
Weren't I here? Oh, what a creepy ass car.
Don't underestimate my meowdery engine. We're going full throttle. It's time to fly.
Anywho, onwards. Let's get moving. Man, this place totally does feel like a palace. Yeah, I guess it'd be strange driving on the tracks like this in the real world. Hey, anyway, Nakahara's somewhere in here, right? Most likely in a segment of his own creation. Don't worry, it won't be the size of a palace. Our next step is to find an entrance to the segment. And what's this entrance gonna look like? I have no idea, but strong distortions should be a pretty obvious visual clue. So we gotta go wandering around for it then? What a goddamn pain in the ass. So, when it comes to Mementos, this place is really special. As Morgana mentioned previously, this is everyone's palace. So what that means is that... this'll work. Anyway, as I was saying, since this is technically everyone's palace, this entire place is randomly generated. So in other words, no two experiences of Mementos is the same. It may look like a simple straight shot towards our destination here, but if you happen to leave the room and re-enter, the entire place gets rearranged. So don't even bother drawing a map. So, one thing you should definitely do whenever you're exploring a new floor is get a feel of the land and explore every place that you can. Just so that way you're able to figure out what it is, how this place works, and you're able to pick up any and all items along the way. These items come in the form of cubic cages. Thankfully, driving into them awards you an item. Also, the shadows here look kind of big and bulky, but I'm pretty sure all the shadows are kind of the same. But again, you can view their strengths of how they are just by pushing and holding L2 to activate the third eye. And they have the same sort of power levels as blue, yellow, and red. Those three levels mean that... okay. Blue means that the enemy is relatively weak. Yellow means that the enemy is roughly your level, if not maybe slightly higher by 1 or 2. Red means that the enemy's level is much higher. And finally, there's one more tier, known as the green. Green means that those enemies are extremely weak, and are at least 5 levels lower than yours. Might be lower. Who knows? Who cares? Regardless, though, they're cannon fodder and should be ignored. Most of the time. There will be some instances where you cannot really ignore these enemies, and instead you must continue and press forward anyway. Kaboom! So, one thing I will mention here is, once you've figured out the way of the land and reached the platform to go to a lower level, you can then use this time to figure out what your next move is going to be. If you fully explore the place and explored it from top to bottom, then you should be good to go. And you can just simply use the menu to proceed onward to a lower level. Afterwards, you're good. Lend me your power, dude. Bazinga. Gimme. Yeah, we did, actually. I'll gladly take it. New skill. I'll take it.
Okay.
Alright. Time to explore this weird vortex. Dude, the hell is this? It's all wavy and shit. This is the place. I sense the target up ahead. Now, are you ready, Joker? Hell yeah, let's go! Hey, something's there! That seems to be Nakahora Shadow. Let me see. Some front desk guy at City Hall became a stalker, right? I don't know how much evil he's done, but we have to do something if he's bothering other people. Alright, let's walk up and talk to him. Are you sure that's gonna work?
Who are you?
Are you that stalker? Haven't you ever stopped to consider how your ex feels?
She's my property. I can do whatever I want with her. It's not like she didn't treat me like a plaything. What's wrong with me doing the same?
You can't treat someone like shit just because they did it to you. What a load of crap. We're gonna change the hearts of all the bastards like you.
There are millions of people far worse than me. What about Madarame? He stole everything from me, but you're letting him off the hook?
Madarame?
Madarame? What the hell's this guy going on about?
Get ready. Here he comes.
So, these people whom we need to change the hearts of, they'll take the form of more powerful shadows that you would normally encounter. Now that I finally have what's rightfully mine, I'm not gonna let you take it away! Look, this is a winner-takes-all world. Come fight me and I'll show you what I mean! So, like I was saying, these shadows take the... These enemies, or these people rather, whom you need to change the heart of, they take the form of more powerful versions of common shadows. But they do follow the same rules as everyone else, but they do have higher stats than their regular counterparts, and they cannot be recruited. So be sure to keep this in mind. Zap! Seriously? Come on! Oh dear. Well, that's not good. Well, that worked out. Time to finish you off. Okay, that didn't work. Well, that's unfortunate.
He's going to miss a lot more now.
All right.
That works. Say goodnight. Nice backup.
I leveled up.
Hell yeah. I'll take it.
Fix me like a glove.
Neato.
Whoa, a new move.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I couldn't stop obsessing. Not after this person I trusted used me and then disposed of me.
Which person?
Hold on. Are you talking about that guy you mentioned earlier? Madarame?
I was afraid of being thrown away again, like some worthless thing.
So some selfish bastard was making you suffer too. Still, you shouldn't have dragged an unrelated woman into your mess.
Yes, I know that now. I'll put an end to my love for her. Hey, you can change people's hearts, right? In that case, won't you change Madarame's heart before more people fall victim to him?
Well, this is interesting.
Madarame's heart?
What's that shining thing?
It's the bud of a treasure. Had we left it be, it very well may have blossomed into a palace. Joker, this will make a perfect reward.
Cool. Yoink. An attachment pearl. And we officially completed our first request. And we'll get into those momentarily.
So Nakanohara had a change of heart, right?
Most likely.
But how are we supposed to know if we succeeded?
Well, the lady posted the dude's name online. If he really does change, she'll probably comment again.
You do have a point.
Either way, training against shadows down here is the best. It's great prep for our next target.
It's also nice to be able to give courage to the people who post their problems online.
On top of that, we can sell whatever treasure we get for some cold hard cash.
Well, sounds like things are going pretty great for us. Alright, we did it!
Hold on. There's somewhere I want to show you guys before we leave.
What, there's more?
Don't worry, it won't take long.
Funny enough, he's actually right about that.
Well then.
Why don't we leave this room first? Sounds good to me. Let's get moving. Also, once you leave these swirly rooms, you can't go back. Unless, of course, you failed to defeat your target, in which case, a tactical retreat is not a bad idea. So, what else do you want to do? There's something I'd like to check in an area further down. That platform we saw earlier should be the way down. Let's head there first. Wait, you've been here before, right? Don't you got a map or something? That would hold no meaning in this place. The layout changes every time you enter, which is what I just explained earlier. Wait, so our path changes too? This place is the fused cognition of a countless number of people. It's constantly shifting. Even so, our destination should be pretty close. I'm counting on you, Joker. Which, thankfully, we can just head straight there. As I mentioned previously, later, after this is done, we will be able to use the map menu to navigate down to where we need to go. But, since this is technically a tutorial of Mementos and how it all works, unfortunately we do have to navigate our way to the platform manually. But thankfully we don't have to worry about that too much. So when it comes to the whole requests thing that I just mentioned not too long ago, requests are a series of side quests. All of them take place within Mementos and must be finished here. However, there are some Mementos requests of which you have to identify your target first in the real world. Upon doing so, then you can discuss it with your team, and bada bing, bada boom, you can go and change the target's heart. Bada bing, bada boom, you get a reward, and everybody is super happy in the end. That's how it works. When it comes to requests, the difficulty you see on the right displays next to the request's name, and these requests range from difficulty D all the way up to rank S. As the story progresses, we'll be able to get more and more requests as they're delivered to us by the means of Mishima. Once Mishima informs us of future targets that we need to take a look at and take a look into, we'll be able to head into Mementos to take care of that target. However, as we progress further into the Confidant quest lines, there will be certain situations where a Confidant will ask you to take care of a target's heart, in which case they'll give you a Mementos request. Just again, make sure you get these done as soon as you can, otherwise you won't be able to progress that Confidant later. And there are certain Confidant requests of which block other Confidant requests or other Confidant progressions until you complete those requests. So what I'd like to do on a New Game Plus run is hold on to my Confidant, hold on to these Mementos requests and try to gather roughly 4 to 5 at a time. Afterwards, I go into Mementos next time I'm possibly able to, and then take on all those requests at once. However, on your first playthrough, it's a good idea to pace yourself and try not to overload yourself, because heading into Mementos does drain your precious time, and you need to manage your time effectively. So, again, just do what you can during your first playthrough, and if you're not able to finish everything on your first playthrough, don't worry about it. Just use your New Game Plus run to take care of everything that you were not able to do previously and finish up what you can. And bada bing, bada boom, everything's good to go. Now then, time to head back down towards the end of this particular level. Afterwards, we'll be able to head on our merry way. Bazinga! And everyone died. The end. Man, I love doing that.
Nice work, team.
Okay.
Good work.
By the way, Mementos is also a good place to go if,
Hold on a sec. You guys hearing something?
as I was saying before Ryuji interrupted me, Mementos is also a really good place to go to grind your levels if you need to. But for the most part, you really shouldn't have to worry too much about grinding until one particular palace later on. For now, don't worry too much. So long as you fight every enemy you come across, you should be fine. Is that a subway? Maybe we'll eat fresh over there.
Of course they are. We're in the subway, you know.
Yeah, but I thought this was a palace.
Then maybe this is how the public views this place? I don't know.
People go through this darkness every day?
Forget that! You sure we're cool running around on these tracks?
Should be fine as long as we're not on the same ones. I think. I'm no train expert.
You've gotta be kidding me!
Anyway, let's head to the lower area. It should be right after we go down that escalator.
Okay. Might as well head down. Got nothing better to do.
This way!
Alright, there it is. The thing I want to make sure of is inside. Alright, let's get moving. Wow, that's quite ominous. I'm gonna touch it.
What is this place? It's kinda creepy.
And a dead end at that. Why does it even exist?
Now hold on. Just watch. This is most likely not an ordinary wall. If my hunch is correct...
Touch.
It opened!
A new area has been confirmed in the depths. Updating guidance information.
See? It's just as I thought.
What do you mean?
That wall wouldn't budge when I came here by myself before. But it'd be weird for the deepest part of Mementos to be some normal place like this, wouldn't it?
So you're thinking there's gotta be more?
Yeah. Now that Kamoshida's palace is gone and people are actually starting to talk about us, I knew something had to have changed down here.
How deep is it? Should we try going further down?
Let's not. That's not why we're here today, remember? We've already accomplished our goal. We should head back, and I'll explain more once we're home.
Okay, that's fair. Oh, hello.
Hey, look!
A person? In Mementos? Maybe it's this one. Ooh, tasty.
Hey, what's he drinking?
Oh. I thought I felt something strange for a second. So, who are you guys? We should be asking you that. Good point. Sorry about that. It's customary for a human to introduce itself before asking another human for its name. Thanks for reminding me, Mr. Tanuki? No, Cat? What took so long to come up with cat? And I'm not either of those.
Yeah, getting confused about that seems pretty normal to me.
My name is Jose. I'm looking for flowers. I'm pretty surprised to see some normal humans running around. I didn't know people could just come here. Well, we are pretty special. Wait, that's not important. Who you are is what matters right now.
When you said you were looking for flowers, did you mean that floating thing?
That's right, pretty lady. Those seem to be the ones I've been looking for. I'm collecting as many of them as I can, because I'm studying humans.
Studying humans? That's why you turned a flower into a drink?
Yep.
Drinking flower juice counts as studying?
Hey, could you guys help me with my research?
How?
By collecting flowers for me. I wouldn't ask you to do it for free, though. I find all kinds of stuff you can use while you're exploring. I'll trade you some of that stuff for more flowers.
What do you think? Should we try and get him some flowers?
Seems like it could do us some good, but we don't know this kid. We gotta be careful.
Oh, I'm sure he's fine. Let's give him a hand. He seems like he could use it, and it shouldn't be too hard to pick flowers while we're exploring, right?
Okay. Any other reasons?
He called me pretty lady.
No! Lady on!
It's probably fine. I mean, he said he'd give us useful stuff and all. What'd he say?
Well, are you going to help me find the flowers or not?
Yeah, sure. Let's help him. He seems like a nice kid.
Wait! Hang on a second! We still have no idea who this kid is! Don't go thanking us just yet, bud! Aw, are you tired, kitty? You seem grumpy. I am not a cat! And I'm not grumpy! Oh, okay. Then, are you hungry? I learned hunger can make a person turn grumpy.
Very true.
Here, you can have this. Thanks, but I'll pass.
Well, yeah, you're making the kid worry about you even more. Guess there's no way out of this one.
That's funny.
I'll be looking for flowers around here, so stop by and say hi if you see me. Oh, and I guess just gathering flowers would be kind of boring, huh? Since you humans seem to enjoy playing so much, I'll come up with some fun games for you. Ah, I also remembered something humans like to say to each other. Good job.
My favorite phrase.
If he's studying humans, does that mean he isn't one? I mean, he just seemed like some nice kid.
Well, he didn't feel like a shadow. I wouldn't say he's dangerous. At least for now.
Anyways, if we see any of those flowers he wants, I guess we can grab them for him.
That seems fair.
Whoa!
I totally forgot! What's up, Jose?
Hey!
There's something I've been meaning to give to you all. Something for us? What would that be? Yeah, the thing is, I picked up something strange while I was exploring earlier. Here it is. Ooh, pretty. Huh? What the heck is that? It's a star. At least that's what they look like, so that's why I call them. A star? So what about it do you want it to show us? Or do you want to show us? Humans make wishes on stars, right? That's so interesting. Stars granting wishes? So this star is gonna grant your wishes. Our wishes? Or it would be nice to think that. Nice to think that? Seriously? I'll give it to you. It's so sparkly and beautiful. You want it too, don't you? It's a sign of our friendship. I know what that is.
Doing good?
Off I go now. Good job.
Hey, wait!
Well, there he goes. A star, huh? He said it'd grant our wishes or something. I highly doubt something like that would actually happen, even in Mementos. Well, I guess you can at least try making a wish.
Oh, I know.
Okay, I wish for all-you-can-eat parfaits with 0 calories. An extra large beef bowl with pork soup on the side. Nothing's happening. Was Skull's wish too petty? You're one to talk. I guess things don't just happen that easily.
Hey!
But we can't just throw the thing away. Hold on to it for now.
Well then.
Well, that was a bit unexpected. Let's head back now. Oh, one more thing. Jose is actually an exclusive character to Persona 5 Royal. He does not appear in the original Persona 5, by the way. He and 2 other characters are going to be making an appearance and are exclusive to this version of the game. Just an FYI.
Mementos, huh? I still don't really get that place. Oh, and what was that wall thing we saw at the end?
Not entirely sure, but that wall must have been there for a reason. If Mementos is the public's palace, though, it might be affected by the general public's belief in us.
Why do you know so much about it, Madonna?
My memories are a little foggy in that regard. However, I need to know what lies in the depths of Mementos. No matter what.
No matter what?
Mementos is not just everyone's palace. It's the source of all palaces. It used to be that palaces like Kamoshida's with one ruler simply didn't exist. So if we can do something about the greatest cause of distortions, I'm certain my appearance will...
You wanted someone to save you too.
I just needed pawns.
I see. So that's why you came poking your nose around with us.
I'll help you. I hope you can regain what you've lost.
I'll be relying on you guys.
By the way, Morgana, are you a boy? Or might you be a girl?
He's definitely a boy.
Yeah, I agree. I wanted to make sure though, just in case.
He could turn out to be pretty ancient. What if he smells like an old person?
Stop that! In any case, of course I'm male! I mean,
Which is kind of ironic, considering even though Morgana is male, he's voiced by a female. That is the most hilarious thing of all. And if you're someone who played Fire Emblem Three Houses, you might recognize this voice actress as the same person who is the literal goddess of that game. Just saying.
What is it?
no, it's nothing. We're done talking about that. Anyway, we now know that we can perform minor changes of heart in Mementos. If we come across any eye-catching leads, it may be worth dealing with them for a bit of combat practice.
There weren't any other outstanding ones, though.
I bet we'll get tons of them if we can change someone famous and make the Phantom Thieves well known. The big fish are our main targets, after all.
First, you need to find a way to get through your exams.
I gotta study.
Funny enough, that expression is me whenever I have to clean the house. Lol. So, with that, now we can go to Mementos. This is where you will change the hearts of petty criminals who do not have their own palaces. For now, be patient until the next target appears. What's cooking, good looking? Why are you staring at us from a distance? We'll find out soon enough. Man, that Nakahora guy was a piece of cake. If we can take down someone kind of big next time... If we can take down some kind of big target next, we're totally gonna get famous. Hey, we're trying to help people, not get famous. But if people don't know who we are, how are we gonna give them any courage? Are you sure, Ryuji? Am I wrong? I don't think that you're necessarily wrong. But should we really be doing this at all if we don't have a reason like with Kamoshida? You mean we shouldn't be sticking our noses into other people's business? I don't know, man. If someone's in trouble, it's only natural to want to help them out. I mean, I agree with that. And I guess I was glad we were able to solve the stalker case. Plus, what good are our personas if we don't use them for good? Don't you agree, Banjo? Definitely. Yeah, you're right. We don't do much to be arguing over this either. That Madarame guy bothers me. Yeah, but no getting carried away, you understand? And don't do anything to stand out like fail all of your exams. Oh crap, speaking of that, I haven't studied at all. What about that star, that one Jose gave us? Funny enough, depending on who you are, you might pronounce that name as Jose, but it is pronounced Jose. He even says it himself, it is Jose. That's what we're going with. Moving on. Wonder if that could help us ace the exams. Yeah, somehow I doubt that. Took the words right out of my mouth, Lady On. Hell, I'd settle for just not failing. bargaining isn't going to help you here. We wouldn't use it for that in the first place. Maybe you should just, I don't know, put some actual effort in? You still got time. Fine. Is it Ryuji? Did he mention anything about Mementos? If there's anything you want to know, I can tell you. So, in other words, if you have any questions about Mementos, speak to Morgana here and now. So, what exactly is Mementos? Well, it's a collective palace of the general public. Deep inside each and every human's mind is a obstructed thought process known as the unconscious. These thought processes then meld together and form what I like to call the collective unconscious. In other words, Mementos is a shared cognitive world created by the joint distortions of society as a whole.
Anyway.
You can just think of it as the big palace made from everyone's hearts, though. So, how did that barrier open up? I would bet it was because of the shift in public opinion caused by Kamoshida's change of heart. Those kinds of big changes in the tide will surely have an impact on what goes on in Mementos. In other words, we might be able to get even further if we can rouse up more public acknowledgement. We'll need to take down another target in order for that to happen, though. In other words, if we choose to go back into Mementos and go deeper, and reach the very bottom of the next series of floors, then we will not be able to progress any further until the story allows it. More on this later. So, why are you so interested in Mementos, Morgana?
Well,
I have a feeling that something deep within that place has caused me to take my current form. That's why I'm so invested in reaching the depths of Mementos. If we can figure out the cause of my distorted form, I should be able to go back to normal. I think. Either way, I'll be counting on you guys to help me out. I'm pretty sure your cat form is normal, but you just refuse to admit it. Anywho, who is Jose? That kid's... well, honestly, I have no idea. I've never seen him before. I know he's not a shadow, but that's all I could say for sure. I don't even know if he's human. Actually, if you play Persona 5 Strikers and notice a particular character's eyes, aka someone really cute and adorable, Jose has the same sort of eyes. Could he be the same type of person as that character? Who knows? It's not been confirmed or denied by anyone. Perhaps he's something incredibly special. Who knows? He was saying something about us gathering flowers from Mementos, right? We don't know who he is or what he wants, but either way, he doesn't seem dangerous. We don't have to prioritize it, but he said he'd compensate us. Maybe we can collect some if we have time.
but seriously.
Oh, and there's that star too, huh? Something about wishes. It's not doing anything now, though. It just looks like a rock, but why don't you hold on to it for now? No idea what it does, but maybe it'll help us in the metaverse. You have no idea how helpful it really will be. Just saying. Anywho, that's everything that we need to know. It's important to note that both Mementos and the palaces are affected by real-world happenings. Weather's a great example of that. I mean, weather affects your mood, doesn't it? Same goes for Mementos. You should try to head in on a day with bad weather. I'll explain in more detail then. Very interesting. So, even though we can technically go out at night now, we can't exactly do that, since we've technically been in the metaverse. At this point, we cannot go out and we cannot train. You must be tired after everything you crammed today. Or, yeah, that is the right word. Let's go out another time. Like I said, we can't really do much, but we can brew some coffee if we so wish. Or we can just go to sleep, or even make some infiltration tools. Whatever you choose to do with your remaining time here is up to you. Also, the amount of tools you can make for infiltration tools is determined by not only story progression, but also your proficiency stat. If it's maxed out, that you will be able to create as much as 6 infiltration tools per time you work on the workbench. Just keep in mind, once you get started, there's no going back. In other words, your time will be used up. So, really, you shouldn't worry too much about making infiltration tools during your second playthrough onward. However, lockpicks are a very vital tool. If you're going to make anything, make some lockpicks. This applies mainly on your first playthrough. If you make a special item, which is referred to as the permapick, if you made that during your prior playthrough, and if you're playing Persona 5 Royal, then you'll be able to carry that thing with you from playthrough to playthrough on New Game Plus, which is excellent, which means once you make that thing, you don't have to worry about making lockpicks or really any sort of infiltration tools ever again. And your time can be better used elsewhere. So, I guess for the time being, I might as well show this off anyway, since we can't do much else. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a few infiltration tools for the purpose of demonstration. In order to make an infiltration tool, you need a required number of these items. For the Go M, for example, you're going to need silk yarn and plant bomb. If you want to know what these items do, just push square to view the information about them. What this does, it's a tool that allows you to return to the metaverse entrance. Pretty handy if you're not within a safe room. So, I'm going to make one of these.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I'm going to make 3.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and make 3 of these, just in case I need to leave for whatever reason, or if I need to go back to the Velvet Room. Lockpicks I don't need to make anymore, but let's make, how about a calming aroma? What this does, it's a tonic that calms an enemy's nerves, lowering a palace's security level. So if you need to lower the security level on demand, this is a good item to use. I'm not sure what the actual percentage is to decrease the security level, but you don't need to worry about making these too much during any playthrough of Persona 5 Royal. However, for OG Persona 5, these items are actually pretty handy. Especially if you raise the security level a bit too high and you don't want to worry about maxing it out. Just saying. Now then, let's go ahead and make some other things. Alongside other items, you can make what are known as the Vanish Ball, Spotlight, Molotov cocktails, freeze sprays, and the stun gun, air cannon, and that's really about it. If an item is blacked out like this, then that means that you do not have the required number of items to make that particular infiltration tool. So be sure to keep this in mind. So as far as what we need to make additional items here, like the stun gun and air cannon, which these are battle items, by the way. These will deal a set number of damage to an enemy on that particular element. Molotov cocktails are fire, freeze spray is ice, stun gun is electric, air cannon is wind, and that's really about it. As we progress, we'll be able to get our hands on some more effective battle equipment later down the line, but this isn't really anything to worry about here. You'll be able to get your hands on some very valuable items later that will pretty much put these items to shame anyway. And besides, your personas are more than capable of taking names and kicking ass, especially if you configured them properly.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Yes.
You're definitely getting better, I can tell just by watching you.
Yeah.
Making infiltration tools will raise your proficiency level, and this is regardless of how many you make. Also, if you happen to make infiltration tools during bad weather, you may be able to make some additional infiltration tools for free of that particular tool. So once you make, say, 6 Molotov cocktails during a thunderstorm, then you might be able to make 2 additional Molotov cocktails for free. That's just an example. But even so, pretty neat.
Well then.
Okay, let's go to bed. Okay. Hey, I saw on the forum. Nice job sticking it to that stalker. Mr. Phantom Aficionado website came in... my Phantom Aficionado website came in handy, didn't it? What are you talking about? It's okay. You don't have to say it. I know deep down in my heart that it was useful. Anyway, I'm in Shibuya right now. I'd love it if you could come hear me out about your future actions. I'll be waiting at the diner in Shibuya. You gotta swing by.
What is he up to?
Good question.
How have things been? You know, with the special activities. Oops. Sorry about that. I haven't been getting a lot of sleep lately. I've been staying up managing the fan site all night. Every night. I think it's called PR.
I don't quite understand. Fan site?
The Phantom Thieves Aficionado website. Fan site for short. You need a catchy name if you want people to notice you. This is all a bit of P-Thieves propaganda. Basically, there's no point to taking down bad guys if nobody's gonna know about it. That's why I've started a blog for posts from people you guys saved, while filtering out the haters. We need the Phantom Thieves to be seen in the proper light if we want to make the name popular, right?
Well... yeah. You've done good, kid. You've done good.
Really? Just hearing you say that makes my all-nighters worth it. So, actually, I really want to know how you punish people. Don't worry, I'm not gonna ask. It wouldn't be any fun if you just up and told me. After all, the Phantom Thieves have a reputation for being secretive.
True.
I wish I could be more like you guys somehow. But I'll still be here to draw attention to the stuff you do. You can leave that part to me. I'm gonna use my fan site to promote the Phantom Thieves and weed out any negative comments. Your popularity is gonna be at my mercy. Or, my fingertips. It's like I'll be your strategic image management representative, so to speak.
Strategic what?
Strategic image management representative. Rolls off the tongue, don't you think? Anyway, I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that title's more than just for show.
Hello, Big Bear. Welcome to the stream. And Indie Style, welcome.
I've gotta say, though, managing the Phantom Thieves' reputation is tiring work. The forum gets all sorts of weird posts, including tons of things unrelated to reforming society. It'd defeat the purpose of the site if the truth of the Phantom Thieves was buried among all that garbage. Oh, but you don't need to worry. I'll sort through all the trash. Speaking of which, I've actually already found some worthwhile info about our very own school. Our quest to boost your popularity can start close to home. I'll give it my all.
Alright, go get him, Tiger. So when it comes to Mishima's Confidant rank, his first two ranks... Oh, Tendy Style, thanks for the follow, dude. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy your stay here. Anywho, back to what I was saying. His Confidant, his first two ranks are automatic. However, the remaining ranks you have to earn yourself.
Alright.
So, now we get a tutorial on advancing Mishima's Confidant because he's one of a few different Confidants. Part 2 of Season 2 of the time I got reincarnated as a slime. I'm not sure if I have or not. I mean, I've been watching the series on Funimation, and I've been watching the English dub of the show. And I've made it up to as far as the episodes they have available. So, I can't say whether or not I have seen it yet, but regardless though, I can't wait for part 2, or whatever's next. Anyway, back to the game. Mishima will now give you information on the targets in Mementos. After making a target have a change of heart, meet with Mishima to deepen the trust between you. He will give you more information on new targets. That's nice. But, yeah, in order to advance Mishima's Confidant, you have to take out more and more targets within Mementos in order to advance his Confidant. Confidant points are kind of irrelevant when it comes to him. However, you still have to spend some time with him in order to advance the Confidant rank. But even so.
I might be overworking myself, though. Man, I'm exhausted. I think I'd fall asleep on the spot if I weren't talking to you. I should head home.
Good idea. Get some rest.
See you later.
Oh, Kazooie, listen to this. I was checking the fan site earlier and found a bunch of hater comments about the Phantom Thieves. It got me so mad I'm not even sleepy anymore. At this point, I might as well pull an all-nighter fighting back. I'm down, dude. Don't worry, I'm cool. Staying up after an all-nighter gives me this natural high, you know. Anyway, I'm gonna work my butt off. Just watch me. Well, don't go overboard, my dude. Well, duty calls. I better set out for the battle of the fan site. Time for a wild night of modding and banning. Just don't go overboard, my dude.
Hey.
Your midterms are coming up, aren't they? Better make sure you study. What about the diner in Shibuya that Mishima told you about? Could be a good place for studying, right? You have permission to go out at night, so no time like the present.
Well then.
Alright. Well, looks like we can advance onward with a few confidants this evening, which is pretty good. But, let's see what we can do first with the Home Shopping Network. Let's see. Relaxation set. 1 recovery ore, oil, 3 relaxing gels, and then 3 alert capsules. Okay. What about the bionutrients? Okay. This looks pretty good. I'm gonna go with this. Here we go. Alright. There are a few things I kind of need to do first. First off, let's go to Central Street. Actually, there is one thing I kind of want to do here, and that is I want to see if I can start this guy's Confidant. Like I said, you can't really start this yet until you gain some experience at the Beef Bowl on Central Street. And the experience required really isn't too difficult to obtain. You just have to work there twice. Once you do, then the politician will notice you. Afterwards, you'll be able to start his Confidant the next time you meet him. So, that's pretty nice. Also, if you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm just marking a few fast travel locations. Now, let's look at the information about the diner. Studying will cost time to pass, but will improve your knowledge. In addition, if you eat, you'll be able to improve your guts as well. Items will be added to the menu depending on the season. During bad weather, you'll be able to increase your knowledge more than usual. This is an excellent place to go if you're looking to increase your knowledge level. So, that's pretty neat. On to the Beef Bowl. And to think about it, you applied for a part-time job at this Beef Bowl shop, right? Working at the Beef Bowl... Working at the Beef Bowl shop will cost time to pass, but in addition to receiving money, your proficiency will improve. Some days the shop will be more crowded than usual. During busier times, you will need to remember a lot of orders. Stay calm. Oh! Brooklow, thanks for the follow, dude. I appreciate it. Some days the shop will be more crowded than usual. During busier times, you'll you'll need to remember a lot of orders. Stay calm. If you make it through the rush, you may earn more money than usual. You'll be able to improve your proficiency if you work at the beef bowl place. Yeah, let's go ahead and get to work here. It may seem counterproductive. Ooh, new limit JP. Thanks for the follow. Oh, you're the part-timer, right? I've been expecting you. No need to introduce yourself. I actually need you to start working right away. Nothing much. Glad you can make it.
Any questions?
You have any questions about the job? What does the work entail?
Let me explain.
Take customers' orders, prep them, serve them, ring them up, and then clean the store. The meals are already made, so it should be simple. Just make sure you're nice to the customers, okay? Anything else? Are there any other employees besides me?
Sorry.
Oh, another follower! Tyler! Thanks for the follow, dude. You're here from Discord. Neato. No, anywho, are there any other employees? Not quite. Our budget's been cut despite being short-staffed, so you'll have to do everything alone. You're a spry young dude, right? You'll be fine. I'll pay you more to make up for the extra work.
Thanks in advance.
Okay, I need to head out for a bit. Keep an eye on the shop until I get back. This job is ludicrous. You have to do everything by yourself from the very beginning? Oh well, just give it your best shot, I guess. I'll be cheering you on.
Hey, wait!
The customer in front of you is waiting to pay. Ooh, that's one angry looking face. Hey, someone wants to change their order. Add an egg? They should have told us earlier.
Nice work.
Alright, good work. You can leave now since this is the end of your shift. This is your pay today. Thank you. Well, I hope you keep it up. So your first day you won't be able to necessarily start the Confidant with the politician, but from your second shift onward you will be able to start that Confidant. Just an FYI. And also, it may seem like it was on autopilot for today, but trust me, it's going to get a lot more, it's going to get a lot more interesting, to say the least, when it comes to this place. That was so hard. This job is so demanding. But you still managed all those orders by yourself. If you ask me, you were pretty proficient. Neat.
Let's head back. What?
Whoa, what's up with the goggles? You're going snowboarding or something? I heard the cedar's blooming later than usual, climate change and what have you. Ugh, pollen allergies suck. I couldn't go to the mountains even if I wanted to. My eyes and nose would gush like rivers. That sounds awful.
Seems pretty rough.
That's right, the news said pollen season was starting later than usual this year. Looks like the pollen problems have only just begun. People are about to have some itchy eyes. That might affect Mementos in the same way weather does. Interesting.
Morning.
What's up?
Actually, I've been having this feeling that someone's watching me. No, it can't be. Oh, maybe I just can't shake off the feeling of infiltrating a palace. At the palace, we're always cautious of not being noticed, you know? So it has to be my imagination. Yeah.
I'm not so sure about that. We'll figure it out soon enough. Hey, don't you think the atmosphere at school's kinda different now? You mean with there being no Kamoshida? Yeah, nobody ever talked about him out in the open like this before. That's true. I wish someone would just thank us for it or something. Either way, everything's worked out for the best. After all, Kamoshida's actually been punished for his crimes. That's victory enough for me. I have to agree. I wonder what's going to happen to him now. I mean, he's a famous criminal at this point, right? He's going to have to deal with people hating him forever. It may be true, but I don't have any sympathy for him. He got what he deserved. For sure. Agreed. What's going on here? Hey, I have some new info for you. I saw it on the fan site, but I've heard about it at school too. Anyway, there's a guy at school whose bullying has gone too far. I want to help the victim, but that's impossible for me. But I bet the Phantom Thieves could do something about it. I mean, you already changed the heart of that stalker, so this should be a breeze, right? Piece of cake. You're amazing. This bully is a brown-haired guy frequently seen standing out in front of the school entrance. And from what I can tell, his name is Daisuke Tana... whatever. Interesting. I know you can handle this. Oh. You got some info on a new target. I know this is a small case, but we have a name, so we should be able to consider him a target. We got some info from Mishima. Let's head to the hideout. Alright. If we're all here, you want to go to Mementos, right? What are you talking about? Don't we need to study for exams?
Let's go!
Eh, don't worry about that stuff. Let's ignore the details and just go charging in head first. That's easy for you to say, but we don't even have a target.
Let's go.
That's actually not a problem anymore. Some intel has come in from Mishima. Oh, perfect. Perfect timing. Let's go in right now then. You really do anything to avoid studying, huh? Check your information on a target by selecting View Request at the hideout or by pressing triangle to view requests in the menu. Once the information has been confirmed, you can begin by selecting Explore Mementos. Mementos can be explored even without a target, but time will pass as it would in the palace infiltration. Exercise caution when nearing a time limit, which is absolutely true. If you're trying to prioritize what to do first between, yeah, studying is for wimps, lol. As I was saying, if you're trying to prioritize taking on targets in Mementos versus completing a palace, complete the palace first and foremost. That is your #1 priority. Because if you fail to do so, then it's game over. And that's not fun for anyone. Alright, do you guys remember the most important step of the Phantom Thieves to take before they can steal someone's heart? Come on, just tell us! Oh, do you mean the calling card? But wait a sec, did we send one the last time? The treasure materializes when we change the target's subconscious with a calling card. That's the rule with dealing with a palace. But in Mementos, it seems we can just go to the target directly, or immediately.
What?
Wait, what? We don't need a calling card or nothing? Something else already exists that fulfills that role. Fortunately for us, Mishima put a comment up in the forum saying the Phantom Thieves are coming. For a small target, that's enough of a calling card. That alone will put some fear in them for a while. Even that Nakooka must have seen Mishima's comment about him on the fan site. And that's why the nav picked up on him. Can we really leave something that important to someone else? The desire of the Memento shadows are nothing compared to those of palace rulers. Still, we need to unanimously agree on our target. No ignoring the rules, even for smaller ones. Anyway, let's get to discussing the intel we gathered. The intel is on an arrogant brown-haired bully. He's a student at Shujin Academy. Things have gotten a little too far for just bullying, though. He's abusing and blackmailing kids.
I'm gonna make him pay.
He's a perfect target. Come on, let's take him down. Are you sure you aren't just excited to go to Mementos? Then again, we can't really leave a guy like that be. We should go. No objections, right? We're good to go, if you're okay with it. That's a unanimous decision. Okay, all that's left now is to take the target down and target the Mementos. So with that, our new target is identified, we reach a unanimous decision, and you need to do this for every target that you encounter, in order for that target to become available in Mementos. Keep this in mind. At this moment, our target count in Mementos is 1. Well, let's go. Let's do it. So, you can quick travel within Mementos very easily at this point going forward. Open the map with R1 and select Mementos Overview and choose where you want to go. This can only be done in certain locations such as Mementos entrance and the train platforms at the end of each area. The pollen's out of control today. It'll definitely have an impact on Mementos. Huh? What do you mean? Well, Mementos is affected by the emotions of the public. Wait, so you're saying weather changes people's feelings, and that in turn changes Mementos? Not just Mementos, the shadows inside too. The type of change will depend on what kind of weather it is. This might turn out to be useful. On days with bad weather like rain, Mementos will be more dangerous. However, this is also a chance to gain extra items. Enemy reinforcements will be more common, but sometimes they will be rare enemies. Also, the item you find may be more valuable, and there will be a greater number of chests. Make sure to use these chances.
Hey.
What happens when there's a ton of pollen? I'm not too sure, but the impact on Mementos is determined by how the public is feeling. How about other people being seeming to you? Whatever. Come to think of it, some of the kids in my class have had bad allergies. They all seem really out of it. Apparently the medicine makes them feel sleepy. So in other words, they're taking Benadryl. That has a side effect of making you sleepy. I see. There might be a similar effect in Mementos then. On days with heavy pollen, in addition to the usual effects of bad weather, the shadows in Mementos will sometimes be sleeping.
Let's go.
So it'll probably be easier to beat shadows or ignore them completely. Come on, let's go find out.
Let's give it our all, Joker.
Indeed. But there's actually something very peculiar I want to show off first and foremost. And this only applies to a New Game Plus playthrough onward. So in other words, your second playthrough plus. Speak to Caroline as early as May 9th, and you'll get something really special here.
So you're here.
If you need help with fusions or whatever, talk to Justine. Or is there something you want to tell the two of us? I want to talk to you. When we heard you appeared in Mementos, we rushed right over.
So we meet again, inmate. I never expected your rehabilitation would bring you to this place.
No matter. It's the perfect spot to train and get some battle experience. I like your spirit. You know the position you're in.
Although, how did he learn of Mementos? Perhaps he is even more special than we had anticipated.
Huh. I bet he just fumbled around with the metanav until he ended up here. I mean, who'd even be able to tell him about this place? We know everyone who might have access. Mementos is linked to the collective unconscious after all.
That is true.
Huh. I will admit, even though he looks pretty shabby, he seems to have a few tricks up his sleeve.
If he has been keeping his power a secret from us, we must learn the truth behind it.
Oh, I see. We'll hold a special private examination to find out if he's hiding anything.
Unlike in the city, we will not have to worry about passersby here.
I have to say, Justine, I never thought you'd bring such a bold proposal to the table. You ready, inmate? I'm itching to get started.
Itching? What do you mean?
As she said, this will be a private examination. It is all for the sake of our own personal judgment. Hence, we will not force it upon you. We will begin only once we have received your consent.
It's gonna be brutally hard, after all. Max difficulty.
Your rehabilitation consists of a great variety of tasks. Battling shadows, strengthening your personas, building bonds with your contractors.
Basically, we're gonna put all that to the test.
How?
Fight us!
Really?
Better way for us to tell how strong you really are.
We will not ask for a 2-on-1 battle, though. Your friends are permitted to participate as well. The contracts you have formed with them can be considered a part of your power, after all. However, this test is ultimately for you. Your teammates will not retain any memory of this battle.
Don't worry, we won't kill you.
Our goal is rehabilitation. Ending your life would greatly contradict that goal. Should you fall, you will regain consciousness immediately.
Once you pass out, though, that's it. The battle's over. Oh, and there's not even a 1 in a billion chance you'll win. So you should just forget it.
If by some chance that were to happen, let me see. We would tell you an embarrassing secret of ours.
What? What do you mean? Are you talking about that one time? Or maybe that other thing? Wait! There's no need for this!
If by chance the inmate holds that much potential, we might be able to find the answer.
That's the fancy bookmark you're always carrying around.
Strange, don't you think? Why do we possess such an intricate bookmark when neither of us have any books to read? Moreover, I somehow know that this is important.
Justine, don't tell me. Are you actually trying to find...
My apologies. I have said too much. Let us begin, Caroline.
Right. You get what this examination is gonna be now, right? It shows how special we think you are. Consider this an honor. You should be crying tears of joy. Okay, let's get started.
Alright. That sounds impossible.
Scared, huh?
We promise to gain your consent. If you do not wish to fight, we will not force it upon you. However, please report back to us if you happen to change your mind.
So, Justine and Caroline have a very special engagement opportunity for Joker. The earliest that you can technically take on the twins is May the 9th. However, you do have a time limit, and that time limit, I will explain, is roughly, I think, December 18th, or something like that, or December 17th. So basically, you want to be fully prepared by December 15th at the absolute latest. Otherwise, there's no way in hell you'll be able to beat these twins. And even with full preparations, it's still going to be a very difficult battle. If you need help with fusions or whatever, talk to Justine. Or do you have a special request? Special request time! I see. Let us begin, ladies.
Have you fully prepared for our examination?
Hopefully you're prepared to lose. So, are we gonna fight?
Let's do it.
That's the spirit.
We will cordon off a portion of this area for the examination. That will limit potential interference. Now then, do not disappoint us.
Quickly. Now, let's get started, inmate.
You needn't hold back, though you will soon realize that you lack the time to even consider that option.
Get ready. Here we go.
Hey, Joker! These two are... You wanna fight them? These two are dangerous. I can tell. Don't let their looks deceive you. They're on a whole other level.
What's kind of hilarious is that Morgana is absolutely right here. Also, this is the best song in the game, Rivers in the Desert. Seriously, this song plays much later in the game, and it also plays for this particular boss fight, and a couple of late game boss fights. But the twins are saying, give it everything you got, and they truly mean it. These twins do not screw around. They are level 99 enemies, technically speaking. And they're actually very, very unique. And like I've mentioned previously, I have prepared some special save files for which are fully prepared and ready to take on the Wonder Twins of Death. But for now, the reason why I'm showing this off right now is because there's a unique piece of dialogue that you can get from Morgana if you choose to take on the twins this early in the game. There is a future party member who will be commenting on the twins' strength later, but the reason why I'm showing this off now is just to get Morgana's unique dialogue out the way. But yeah, you want to give it everything you got. And our goal for this particular showcase is just to survive for long enough for the twins to send us to the Shadow Realm. Seriously. Actually fighting them is not advised here. You're gonna want to be fully prepared when it comes to fighting these twins, because these are, believe it or not, they're one of 3 potential super bosses. Or no, they're one of 3 super bosses in this game. Yes, I said 3. And as far as the other super bosses, we'll be going over those when the time comes, which isn't going to be for quite a while from now. But even so, I'm just saying. And I'll also be going over how you're supposed to be fighting the twins and what you have to do in order to satisfy them. But if you happen to survive for long enough, they'll actually give you a very valuable item for helping you with progressing your levels and just being able to increase your experience faster. In other words, if you manage to satisfy them enough, then they'll give you something really good. Damn! Triple kill! So, funny enough, for early game, if Morgana is the navigator, if he gets knocked down, he retreats to the back of the map and just provides support, even though he's not really doing much as far as support is concerned. I'm just saying. So, the unique thing when it comes to the twins is that, just like with Joker, they also can wield multiple personas. I mean, they are the attendants of the Velvet Room, and it makes sense. But even so, it's still a very unique trait, seeing that they too can wield multiple personas, just like Joker. So, yeah, that's actually pretty neat. So the goal for this fight is, or at least for this first encounter, is we're going to survive for 6 turns. Once 6 turns have passed, then the fight will automatically end. Granted, it'll result in a loss, but still better than nothing. Ouch. Well, that didn't quite go as planned. I wonder if we'll still get the item anyway. Then again, probably not. The battle took 5 turns, so 1 turn short.
I attempted to set low expectations for you, but you have even managed to underachieve on those. We cannot carry out our examination in this state. Do try to put up more of a fight next time.
If you even have the guts to try again, that is.
So yeah, like I said, you do need to, at the very least, survive for 6 turns in order to get this item. So we're gonna try again. Let's do it.
We will now then.
Round 2. Also, again, like I was saying, this is not really something I'm planning on trying to do, necessarily. Alright, let's switch back to Sentinile. In fact, let's break out Izagami. Okay. Unfortunately, our team in this current state isn't going to be doing much to help us, which is kind of unfortunate, but alas, it is what it is. The whole point of this is just to survive for 6 turns. Once Joker manages to survive for that long, then, and only then, will we be able to get this particular item that I was talking about earlier. Well, damn. That was stupid. Well, that did not quite go as planned. Either. That was even worse. Damn it! Well, if you happen to lose to the twins, one thing I like to do is just reload the game and then try fighting the twins again. Because doing so will mean that you're fully recovered, and any items you used in battle and SP that you used as well, you'll be able to maintain it. Otherwise, you'll have no choice but to continue on your merry way. Again, the whole reason why I'm even doing this in the first place is just to get that item. Once I get the item, then we'll move on.
Hey, Joker! These two are... You
Some other way.
wanna fight them? These two are dangerous.
Okay,
Don't let their looks deceive you. They're on a whole...
guard. But yeah, you definitely want to break out your strongest personas for these fights, or for this fight in general. If you don't, then you're just going to be in the world of trouble, and everyone is just going to die. Just like that, you see? And fighting them at this point in time is really ill-advised, but again, the reason why I'm even doing this, again, just to reiterate, is for that XP accelerant item that you'll receive if you manage to survive for 6 turns. If you don't last that long, then unfortunately you don't get the item. The twins will be completely disappointed in you and be like, go off. Go off into the sunset and just don't bother us again, okay? Okay, thanks. Okay, let's just focus on using this. If you really say so. Oh, come on, really? Wow, that was even more disastrous. Jeez. That was even worse than last time. Well, time to reload the game. Damn it. I don't have enough SP to continue, so might as well reload. That's the whole reason why I even saved the game in the first place. I want to talk to you. Let's continue now, shall we? Again, I really am thankful that you can fast forward through these cutscenes. Ow. Okay. Let's see if we can get a different response this time. Let's fight.
That's the spirit. We will cordon off a portion of this area for the examination. That... Don't worry.
Okay.
Now then. Don't die too quickly.
Funny enough, they're right. Try not to die too quickly, please.
You will get...
Okay. Now then, let's switch back to Sentinel. And instead of actually attacking, we're just going to guard the entire time. Why? Because guarding means you'll be able to reduce the amount of damage that you receive. And the problem that we've been experiencing this entire time is that we keep getting our ass kicked far too soon. Which, funny enough, even with a guard, you're still getting a lot of damage done to you. Jeez. Guard again. Perhaps the reason why I kept getting, Okay, no. That's not what I wanted. I thought I had something that heals a lot of HP besides just, these. Wow. Wow, that was completely goddamn pointless! Only lasted 3 turns. I swear, man, I've actually done this on the first go before. By first go, I mean I made it to 6 turns. Time to reload the game again. Seriously, screw this game. And screw the frickin' Wonder Twins. Alright, let's give this another try. By the way, you don't really need to necessarily give them these exact responses every time in order to get to this point. You can just say, bring it on, if you know exactly what's coming. You can also choose to ignore these twins altogether if you so desire, just to make things a little bit easier. Fighting them is entirely optional. But upon defeating them, if you manage to even make it that far, you'll get something really damn good. Well, more or less. Okay. Oh, really? That completely missed? That's just lame. You know what? Let's, give you this. Physical ointment. Not that it's gonna be all that useful, but you never know. Seriously though, this song is just an absolute jam and I love it. I guess that physical ointment actually came in real handy. Okay, let's keep moving. I could just rush the enemy right now if I so wanted to, but I'd rather not do that because just rushing in is a really bad idea, and it would most certainly mean instant death. Honestly, when it comes to fighting the twins the first time and even getting as far as 6 turns, it does require a bit of luck. And when I say a bit, I mean a lot of luck. Lucky dodges and everything like that. Because if you're not lucky like me, then you're just going to get completely smashed. And that ain't gonna be fun. Okay. I have no idea how many turns have passed, but it's a fairly decent number up to this point. Probably roughly 5. You'll know when the battle ends.
This is pretty boring. I thought I'd be able to have a little bit more fun with you. Any more of this would be a waste of our time. Let us bring matters to a close. See you, inmate! Wide open. Down. Come on, you gotta hold on!
Too late! Dead! So, that battle finally took 6 turns to finish.
Pitiful. Allow me to disclose the results of our examination. If I had to describe your current state, I would say you are one who has yet to learn his place in the world.
You were probably feeling all confident in yourself when you challenged us, right? There's nothing you can say after a miserable defeat like that, though.
However, it would not be interesting if you quit here. Accept this. Think of it as a participation award.
Sounds good to me.
Prepare well if you wish to hold a true battle. Ordinary effort alone cannot overturn this result.
Well, you know, they're absolutely right about that. It takes a lot of preparation and a lot of work in order to even stand a chance against the twins. And so, surviving for 6 turns grants you a very unique item. And like I said, it's one of the best items in the game. It's called the Expedite Ring, a ring that lets you learn more quickly. In other words, it increases your experience gained by 50%, which is absolutely insane. And combined with Mishima's farewell gift, which we'll get into in a minute, his farewell gifts are all XP related. So his farewell gifts are Mishima's enthusiasm, Mishima's desperation, fanboy, and salvation wish. Enthusiasm increases the amount of experience earned in battle. Mishima's depression or desperation increases experience earned by backup members, which we don't have to worry about that right now, but still very important. And fanboy greatly increases experience gained in battle, which is absolutely vital. And Salvation Wish allows backup party members to earn the same experience as current party members, which is an absolute godsend and a must-have for New Game Plus runs. Seriously, some of his perks are some of the best in the game, but they're not the best, but still, it's better than nothing. And it's absolutely awesome for New Game Plus playthroughs. As far as his, or EY's farewell gifts, if you manage to max out his Confidant, you'll get, of course, the starter customization, and then you'll get camo customization, discount, which is awesome, expert customization, and on the house. Camo customization allows you to customize camouflage on your gun, which can inflict ailments. So in other words, you'll get some additional customizations, which is excellent. Discount decreases the cost of gun customizations. I believe that's cut down by 50%. Expert customization unlocks more parts per customization. In other words, you'll be able to increase the firepower of your weapons even further. And on the house means you'll be able to customize your guns for absolutely free, which is pretty damn good. But again, his perks really aren't worth it. They aren't worth the effort in order to even unlock them in the first place. It just takes so much effort, especially on your first playthrough. It's just not worth it on your first go. Second playthrough, yes. It's kind of debatable at best, but even so, it's still nice to have for future playthroughs. So, there's that. Let's see, anything else? Nope, I think that's pretty much it. Might as well save our progress here because we just got our asses royally handed to us, but still, better than nothing. And what we don't have, we might as well gain it for future battles. So, after returning to Mementos, you have a few options of how you wish to proceed. You can start partway in, start from the very beginning. You can also change the car decals if you happen to have the Legacy DLC installed. There are several decals you can attach to the Phantom Thief van. You can go with the usual, which is the default, or you can change it to Phantom Thief style or Party style. I think these two styles were released when the Persona Anniversary occurred by Atlas or something, and it was DLC for the original Persona 5. I'm not 100% sure, but still, you have 3 different styles to choose from. Phantom style and Party style, and also the usual. I think I'll keep it on the usual, just for the time being, because we've only just got here to Mementos in the first place. And again, you can change the decals at any time by returning to the entrance of Mementos, and bada bing bada boom, you're good to go. Again, the whole changing the decals thing is purely cosmetic. It has no enhanced abilities whatsoever. Anywho, let's head on off. We got some targets to find. And we got more of Mementos to explore too. Hey, this is where we came last time, right? Yeah, and just as I expected, the path ahead is still open. Alright, time to check it out. Indeed. So one thing I will definitely say is try to make a habit of at least exploring Mementos and try to explore as much as you can, like once per month at the very least. And try to explore as much as you can until you reach the very bottom. Because this is very important for at the very end of the game. I'm just saying.
Hey, good job.
Hey, Jose, what's up?
The closed-up doors finally opened. Are you the one who did that?
Sure am.
I knew it. Mementos filled me in on it. But thank you. I should be able to find more flowers deeper down. Well, I should get going. Good job.
Thanks, boy. See you later. Hopefully we'll see each other soon. We bumped into that guy again. What was his name? You mean Jose, right? He's such an adorable little kid, isn't he? Panther? I'm adorable too, you know. Yeah. Anyway, he said he was looking for flowers and wanted our help, right? Sounds like he'll reward us too. Doesn't it seem like helping him would be worth it? I guess I am kind of curious about what we'll get. Why don't we go look for him? He's probably still around here. Looking for him is fine and all, but remember that it's risky to stay in one area for too long. There's this one really fearsome shadow in Mementos. If we hang around too long, he'll hunt us down.
For real?
Huh? The hell are you talking about? Why didn't you tell us this before? So, from the second area onwards within Mementos, a very powerful shadow known as the Reaper can show up. If you spend too much time in one area of Mementos, a frightening shadow called the Reaper may appear. The Reaper is a reoccurring enemy in the Persona series, and here he is still as powerful as ever. The Reaper is extremely powerful. Engaging it in battle is not advised. If you hear the sound of chains, leave the area immediately. He is a very high level enemy. He can be useful for farming XP and all, but keep in mind that he is a very high level and it's really only advisable to fight him if you absolutely must, or if you are in a comfortable enough state that you feel confident that you can take on the Reaper. But when it comes to the Reaper appearing, if you spend roughly 2 minutes running around Mementos on any given floor, then the Reaper will appear. And this only applies to the second area onward, like I said. However, the timer of the 2-minute timer only applies when you're actually running around. The timer pauses whenever you're in battle, you're in the menus, or you're doing anything else other than actually sitting around in gameplay. Just saying.
Let's go.
We should be fine if we find him quickly. Alright, let's get going. Indeed. Well, that was easy.
Oh, mister.
Over here! Good to see you.
Hey, good job. Huh. What you got there? That's really neat.
Jose's looking at my Crystal of Sorrow.
Wow. This is amazing. I recognize it from my studies. I'm feeling strong human desires coming from this accessory, but it still hasn't reached its full potential. May I see it? I won't do any damage to it. I promise.
Sure, go ahead.
Just do this, and then this. Done. Here you go, mister. Now that accessory can use its full potential.
Ooh, cool. So, technically speaking, he turns our newly acquired crystal into a ring. And not only this, but if you manage to complete the true final palace and get all of the will seeds for that place, you'll get the Ring of Shadow, or Ring of Sorrow, after completing the first palace, and speaking to Jose, which is absolutely awesome.
Let me know if you find any others like it, okay? Learning about desires also teaches me more about humans.
Very neat. Oh, that's right. Here, before I forget. Ooh, a stamp book. Remember when I told you I'd come up with a fun game for us to play in Mementos? I thought of this after seeing the subway in the other world. This will also prove that you're checking the flowers for flowers in all sorts of places here. The stamps have different rewards than the flowers, so try to get as much of both as you can. While exploring Mementos, you may find stamp podiums placed by Jose for you. You'll only receive one stamp per podium, but after you collect multiple stamps, Jose will help you with your investigation. And he'll help you in more ways than one. What's really cool is that whatever stamps you collected in any prior playthrough will be transferred over to your New Game Plus file, which is absolutely awesome.
Hey.
So, got any flowers for me, mister? If you do, let's trade. I've got some really good stuff. Funny enough, it's absolutely true. So first off, I'll trade you great stuff for some flowers. When you speak to Jose in Mementos, you will be able to trade flowers for items. Different items cost different amounts. Different amounts of flowers. The rarer the item, the higher the price. Though these flowers cannot exist outside of Mementos, so be careful. You will lose all flowers you've collected when you leave. So, the items he has on offer are actually pretty valuable for early game, but as time progresses and more areas open up, these items will be replaced by more powerful variants. But these items can be pretty damn expensive, especially the SP restoration items. A lot of these items here, such as the Soul Drop, Snuff Soul, and Stamina Kit S, you can only get like 1 or 2 of these per visit into Mementos. So that's something to keep in mind. As far as some lesser items like the Sleep Vial S and Dizzy Vial S, these things you can buy as many as you want. Just again, be sure you have the right amount of flowers to buy them. Now, let's look over Cognition. We can change Mementos with the stamps that we find. There are 165 stamps to find in this game, and there's a certain number of stamps in each and every floor, every area that you visit in Mementos. The whole stamps thing, again, is a Royal exclusive feature, and this has a very wide range of benefits, which is absolutely helpful in more ways than one. I can change Mementos for you in all sorts of ways. When you collect stamps, you will obtain points that you can use to have Jose change the environmental cognition. By changing the cognition, you'll be able to increase the amount of money, experience, or items you can attain in Mementos, or all three. You'll be able to choose which effects to increase by delegating points. Use your points wisely to help make your investigation easier. You can reset the points you've delegated by using flowers. However, the more points you delegated, the more flowers you will need. To view the current cognition change, press R1 to pull up the main map. You can check the status at any time during your investigation, which is sweet. So, for your first playthrough, what I highly recommend you do is try to balance out the experience, money rewards, and items on the cognitions. So, Experience Up, what this does is that it will increase the amount of experience earned in battle. You can increase this to as high as 200%, so in other words, you'll double the experience. Money rewards is, well, very self-explanatory. The higher this is, the more money you'll receive, up to a maximum of 200%, which is double. Item rewards is quite different. What this will do is that the items that you receive from those square cages that you may find alongside the flowers, you'll receive up to as many as 4 per interaction. But this also has an effect on the items that you receive in battle as well. So the higher this is, the more likely you'll be able to get your hands on some rare items. And let me tell you folks, maxing out all 3 of these is not an easy task, and it requires a lot of running around, grinding, and you may even max out your level when you're trying to gather all of these freaking stamps. Which, let me tell you folks, I'll say, it's not exactly the most fun thing to do, but the end result is most definitely worth it. So, like I said, there's 165 stamp points in all. Once you obtain them all, then you can really rake in some serious bank here in Mementos. And this is about as early as you can do it.
You want me to change mementos? Sure.
Excuse me.
Here we go.
What's up?
Just watch. I've learned all about this. You see, the cognition flowing through mementos. It's got these things that are similar to what you humans call pressure points. So, if I do this...
Ooh. Oh my.
There. That should have changed it for you. Don't believe me? Just take a look for yourself. Speaking of...
Oh, right. I should mention something about those flowers you're collecting. For some reason, you can't leave mementos with them. They'll disappear on you. It's weird. But it'd be so sad to collect flowers just to have them disappear on you. What a waste, am I right? So don't forget to come bring them to me before you leave mementos, okay?
Doing good?
That should do it. Good job. Thanks, dude. So, at this point now, our experience is not only doubled from any and all encounters, but if you happen to have any sort of accessories that happen to increase the amount of experience gained, then that actually stacks with the bonuses you receive from mementos as well. So that's actually pretty damn cool. You know what? I want an item. I didn't ask for this.
Not exactly the best item. Cool, right?
Alright, see ya, dude.
Who's next?
A spectacular victory.
Okay, that was probably a poor example of showing how much experience you gained, but even so, the amount of money and stuff that we receive from this point forward is multiplied by 2.5 times at this point, so long as we're in mementos. If we're in another palace or something, then the experience gained is roughly 1.5 times. So that's actually pretty cool. Okay, moving on.
Okay.
Wow, I can't believe we're already almost at the 3-hour mark. Well, there was a lot of explaining that needed to be explained, especially when it comes to mementos. Mementos is really tricky to even talk about in the first place. There's a lot to discuss when it comes to mementos, and we've only just scratched the surface of the place. So, that's something. Boy.
Okay.
So like I said, there is this whole stamp collecting thing, and in each area there's a certain number of stamps. If you manage to find all the stamps, then you can allocate those points towards increasing the amount of experience gained, amount of money gained, item gained, etc. The more you change the cognition of these things and these values, the more stamps are required in order to increase it by even 1 level. And like I said, once you get all 165, then you're set for life. So, goody goody. Everything's good here. So one thing I will mention is, Jose has a random chance of showing up on any of these floors from this point going forward. And it's not just him either. The Reaper also has a chance to show up too. But again, the Reaper is not something you really need to worry about right now, so long as you're not sticking around for longer than you need to. And like I said, you can pause the timer at any time by going into the menu, or by battling enemies. And even interacting with Jose, it also pauses the timer. So keep this in mind as well. Also, other cutscenes also freeze the timer. So, there you go! There are plenty of ways to freeze the timer temporarily to prevent the Reaper from even showing up in the first place. But try not to hang out for too long, otherwise you're just gonna be in a lot of trouble. Just saying. Don't stick around for longer than you need to.
Huh? That was a little... Yo, there's an escalator going down over there.
Okay. Looks like we found the platform and we're pretty good on stamps, so let's head on down. Next. You know, this palace's security level doesn't seem to change even if the enemies spot you. Mementos is different. While other palaces exist because of just one person, this one's from the public. From that perspective, it takes more than a few intruders to make a mark on the security level. You'd have to do something so bad that the entire public sees you as an enemy. So be careful, okay, Skull? Hey, shut up! I can sense our target somewhere in this area. Let's scroll this floor for them. So, at this point, our target is somewhere within this level, which is pretty sweet. In other words, once we find our target and take him on, we can just leave if we so wish. But what I like to do is, even if I only have 1 or 2 targets to take down, I use the remaining time to instead explore all of that current area of Mementos and see if I can go down as far as I can go. And once we do that, then we're good to go. Once you explored an entire area and reach a dead end, then you can choose to leave. Or if you feel like sticking around, grind some more, get some more cash, you can do that as well. Mementos is also a really good place to go to grind and get some cash. It may start off slow, but once you max out the whole Confidant, or no, the whole cognition thing for Mementos, and max out the money aspect of it, that's when you can really take advantage of this place and get like hundreds of thousands of yen in a matter of minutes. It may not seem like that's going to be the case for this floor, or even this series of floors, but later, definitely. How am I missing all these shots? Jesus. Okay. I don't even know how that worked. That is just annoying as crap. Well, whatever. You're dead anyway. Bye! Ugh, well that was annoying. That enemy stuck around for way longer than it had any right to. Whatevs, no big deal. Thank God auto-recover is an option you can do. You basically want to do it every fight anyway. Okay. Looks like we haven't yet fully explored this floor, but still, it's a good idea to take on the target now anyway. Might as well. That's Takahashi's shadow, huh? This guy's bullying is really bad. No, really? From what I hear, it's mostly blackmail, taking money from people, that kind of thing. If we don't make him have a change of heart, his bullying might get even worse. He may become a serial killer. Let's go. Let's make sure he doesn't go too far. It's theirs for not standing up for themselves. That's no reason. How's it their fault when you don't give them any choice, huh? You're the lowest of the low, bullying people weaker than you, knowing that they can't fight back. The hell? You're all ganging up on me, too. Aren't you Phantom Thieves some kind of gang? Protectors of justice, my ass. Don't act high and mighty with me when you don't know anything. Well, screw you too, buddy. Time to teach you a lesson. You're the one who doesn't know anything. Let's get him! Indeed, let us do that. I already told you, I didn't do anything wrong. Listen to me, damn it! How about no, you crazy bastard?
I don't see a weakness.
Yeah, this thing I don't think has very many weaknesses, if any at all. So I'm gonna guess ice is gonna be a no-go, but psychic, nuclear, and curse are still on the table. Let's give it a go and see what we can do. Oh dear. If someone is inflicted with fear, what that will do is that that person will slowly lose SP. It's kind of like a reverse version of poison, except it doesn't heal you. Instead, it attacks something far more valuable. And I believe if you run out of SP while in that state, you instantly die. And you're also susceptible to one additional ability that can insta-kill you if you're in that state. So be sure to keep that in mind. Okay. Oh man! Also, while you're in a fearful state, sometimes you may not attack at all or do any sort of actions. So keep that in mind. In other words, fear is really, really bad. Wow, a double level up. I'll take it.
Huh? You got a new skill?
Sweet. Let's see. I'm definitely going to keep my current moveset with this person. This ability is not really all that useful to me. So, you know what? Let's just banish it.
I didn't have a choice.
But if I don't do it, they're going to hurt me. I don't want people taking my money from me anymore. What are you talking about? If I don't get after him, I'm the one who's gonna get bullied. I can't take it. I just can't. Oh, I get it now. There's an even bigger bully ordering this guy around who's behind all this. Hey, didn't you just say it's people's own fault for not standing up for themselves? That's, please, help me. Alright. Thank you. Oh, thank you, you wonderful phantom thieves. This guy. Fickle fellow, isn't he? I'm counting on you. You guys promised. Fine. But you better apologize to those people who you bullied. Alright, we got the treasure. And some protein. Alright. That was easy.
Yeah.
Well, that's that. What now? You want to keep exploring? There are no more targets in the area. What's our next move? Let's keep going. And the reason why I'm going to keep going is because we still have more of this place to explore. And I'm going to try to explore as much as I can. We might end up going a bit longer than usual, just because we still have quite a bit left to explore in this place. Oh boy. Goodbye. Alright, Mona, it's up to you. Time to get to work. Goodbye. Man, I love doing that. So much fun.
Alright.
Good work. Keep it up.
Alright, let's keep going. What I'm planning on doing here is I'm going to keep going until I reach another save point or until we reach the very bottom of this place. Whatever comes first. Which may not be for a little bit yet, but even so. We still got quite a bit of a ways to go when it comes to this particular area. The deeper you get into Mementos, the more areas you will have to explore before you eventually reach the bottom. I believe the most amount of areas you can explore in one area is 15 or 16, something like that. Regardless though, it's Okay, what's your weakness? Fire. Okay. Goodbye. Alright, on. Time to burn this sucker alive. Bye. Man, I love doing that. So much fun.
Okay.
That enemy was really weak.
Yes, it was. It most certainly was. If I recall, this area has, I think, roughly 8 areas to explore through, especially in comparison to last time. Also, this is one of those layouts where the whole layout is just one big giant square. In other words, we got lucky. Some layouts that you may receive are very convoluted and require a lot of navigation. And there are some layouts that are, well, let's just say they're very straightforward, quite literally. It's a literal straight shot to the end. But you don't really encounter those kinds of layouts too often. Same with the square layout. The square layout is one of the rare layouts you may receive. In other words, you just get lucky when it comes to these places. Sometimes you get lucky and you get something as short, sweet, and simple as this. And other times you won't get so lucky and you have to deal with a lot of twists, turns, and bends. So, that's something. I'ma stop blasting. Bye-bye.
Looks like hitting its weak point isn't an option. To get this your chance. You can hit your weakness.
Say goodnight. I love doing that.
Alright.
So one thing I will mention here is even if you get a simple layout like this, it's still a good idea to try to explore all the areas that you can. Because you never know what you may find. You may find some treasures, and also flowers are always essential to get. Speaking of flowers, there is one thing I haven't mentioned when it comes to flowers yet, and that is, if you didn't manage to get all 3 of the will seeds from a previous palace, and that palace is no longer accessible, you can buy those will seeds from Jose with flowers. Albeit they require a lot of frickin' flowers in order to buy them. Don't make a habit of this, because seriously, it's not worth your time. Also, I'm pretty sure that for the true final palace, you cannot buy those will seeds. You have to get them all on your first go. Are those? They're people, right? Well, I'd say they're more likely shadows. What are shadows doing here? It's not like they're gonna be catching a train or... And that's exactly what they're doing. They're catching a train. Just like everyone else in the real world. It stopped! They got in! Nah, really? I thought they just vanished. Hey, where did that go? Where's that go? If I have to guess, I'd say into the deepest part of Mementos. What? This place seriously doesn't make any sense.
Hey.
Also, what's that on the platform? Isn't it a waiting room? I didn't expect there to be one here too. It looks like we'll be able to use this to take a break. Make sure to utilize it well, Joker.
Hey.
But seriously, what's up with this place? Shadows ain't gonna attack us here? It seems like this is some kind of safe zone separated from the other areas. You will occasionally find waiting rooms in Mementos. Just like safe rooms, you can quick travel and save your game from there. So in other words, the waiting rooms are the Mementos versions of the safe room. There are several of them scattered throughout the different areas of each and every part of Mementos, with the exception of the first area. The first area only comprises of 2 areas, the first main area and of course the end. Other areas like this only have like 1 safe room, but as we go deeper and deeper into Mementos, you may encounter as many as 2 to 3 safe rooms. So, that's something to keep in mind. And the most safe areas I've seen in Mementos is 3. So be sure to keep this in mind. But again, these safe areas are very few and far between, so be sure to utilize them as soon as you're able to. And of course, don't forget to grab the stamps you may encounter along the way. Because, well, let me tell you, they're very, very handy. So, at this point now, I think I will go ahead and call it a session here. Why? Because we are well over the 3-hour mark, and I had to explain quite a lot today, especially when it came to Mementos. Mementos is like the most important aspect of this entire game in more ways than one. And like I said, we're only scratching the surface when it comes to this place. So with that, folks, I bid you all adieu for today. This is General Snivy with the Persona 5 Royal Playthrough. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you were able to attend the live stream live, thank you for attending. Next time, we're going to be diving even deeper into this area of Mementos, reach the dead end, and maybe even finally encounter our next major big target, Madarame. But you'll never know. We'll have to wait and see what happens along the way. So once again, thank you all so much for watching. Have you all enjoyed? See you all next time.